Hello. Hey. We're back.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey. How are you all today? Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Sorry we were out last week because of me. I was not feeling well, and because I am the stream master for this show, unfortunately, we had to cancel. So I'm sorry. That one's on me. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, streamers.
It's okay, Rudy. You're the only necessary part of this entire show.
I-Hsien, you didn't have to say it, but
I'll say it again.
Oh.
I mean, I don't care who knows it.
I'm not saying I have all of you ranked, but I have all of you ranked.
wow, feels good.
I don't want to know.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what. I just want, as long as I have A rank, I don't care what rank it is. That's how I look at it.
Okay, this is Stream of Blades. We're playing Band of Blades, which is a tactical role-playing game. My name is Rudy Basso. You can follow me on Twitter at Rudy Basso. I'm one of the co-owners of the Don't Split the Podcast Network, which is the Twitch channel you are currently watching. Hey, Game Master, who are you?
I am Shane. I am one of the hosts of the Total Party Thrill podcast on DSPN, and I am the Game Master. I'm
Whoa.
at Mundangerous on Twitter, and my pronouns are he, him.
Nice. Oh, my pronouns are he, him as well. I always forget to do that. Sorry about that. To your right is Amber. Hi, Amber. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm not in Madison anymore, so I have good internet connection again.
Nice.
Yay.
Woo.
You have less mood lighting, though.
Yeah, that was pretty
it's
dark
true.
in there. Oh well, it's better. You can see more of me. So I am Rocket Orca on Twitter, and I use she/her pronouns, and I'm also the co-owner of the Geekspective podcast network that has shows like Tales from Moxbury and Shapeshift, which is my podcast.
Yay, Shapeshift, coming to the end of
Yay.
your first campaign.
Yeah, my first campaign wrapped up, so the episodes are coming out over the course of the next month.
Oh, sad but content, right? Sad but content.
Yes, it was good. It was a good ending.
And directly below you, I-Hsien. Hi, hello. How are you? Tell me about yourself.
Hey, I'm I-Hsien, he, him, on Twitter at Evil Sense Carne. I am the other host of the Total Party Thrill podcast, where we talk RPGs for game masters and players. Come on, have a listen. It'll be fun.
I believe you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know already, but if I didn't, I'd be like, that guy. I believe
I think
him.
I sold it.
He's the confidence is through the roof, and that swig of whiskey he took at the end.
Oh,
Wow.
Sure, I'll do it again.
Oh, Tom, what a professional. Nice to see you're dedicated to it. And finally, to your left, Sally. Hi, hello. How are you?
Hey, Rudy. I'm good. My name is Sally. She/her pronouns. I am on Twitter at Sally T, and I am the co-host of the Struggle Bus podcast, which is a show about mental health and also a lot of kind of yelling at a respectful distance from the mic about current events.
Thank you for respecting the distance. Although,
Yeah, you can't be yelling when you're all up on the mic. No one likes that.
Current events sometimes warrants yelling regardless of how close or far you are at the mic, with a disregard for the microphone.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish people would yell closer. People who were closer to microphones would yell about them.
Yeah. Agreed.
So true. Damn.
Wow. All right. On that note, Shane, we ended last session mid-mission for the first time ever on this stream.
We broke the rule.
We broke the rule of how to play this game.
Of-
But hey,
and how to
that
finish the
happens.
stream on
And
time.
how to run a successful RPG stream. But that's okay. Hey, we're rule breakers.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. But can you give us a quick rundown of what was happening in the mission before we had to break?
Yeah. So the Corps Undying had arrived in Eastlake. Remember, you sailed across from their sister city, sort of rival city, Westlake, and then woke up to a strenuous training session with the chosen Zora. And then you were shipped off on a mission directly from Zora to rescue a Bartan Corporal who was pinned down with her warband while advancing towards Panya. So the whole company rode out on horseback, created a diversion, and the Ember Wolves and the Shattered Lions rode through Render's lines, led by Slippery Peter and Ananika. the scout and the officer. And I think you've got our names already up on screen, but Amber, you were playing Ananika. I-Hsien, you were playing Slippery Peter. Rudy, you were playing Leonin. And Sally, you were playing fan favorite and my favorite, Tatanika. You got the seat of honor this week. So after riding through the lines, you sought them out. You had a pretty good idea of where they were sort of on the map, right? And then when you got there, you identified a small grove that was pretty much the only place in the region where they could reasonably be holed up. And while you were sort of investigating and signaling them, you noticed they were being watched by a cavalry squad of Black Oak Knights, your old rivals and the Broken Renders, Bone Renders elite troops, sort of your mercenary dark mirror, if you will. You were able to defeat that group of knights. They retreated sort of after I believe Ananika threw a whole pile of alchemist's fire on them. Caught Tatanika a little bit in the splash, but were able to drive them off. Meanwhile, you were able to get to the grove and start working with the Bartans inside to load up extra horses that you had brought along to try and transport them back, with the goal of getting them back to your camp in Eastlake, where they will be safe. And then hopefully, after you've bailed them out, they will pledge their allegiance to the company. So I think you had met a scout, sort of one of the members of the warband that was sort of keeping a lookout, who had spotted your flare, but I don't think you've met the captain yet, or the corporal. And the very last thing you heard was the sound of a horn, a cavalry horn, off in the distance from the other direction. So you know that you have a limited window here.
Right. So when we arrived, they said they had injured. And Slippery Peter came up with a very good idea.
Brave and efficient plan of leave them behind, let's go.
You said we should make like sleds to carry them on.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I did say that. Yeah.
I thought that was very astute. So I think we had just finished convincing them to take us to the leader, right?
Yeah, so
okay,
right, exactly. So that scout was going to basically, like, you gathered supplies to make litters, and you actually, you have mules, but you had requisitioned mules to bring with you, knowing that you were going to have to move quickly to evacuate this squad. So you brought, pack animals, basically. You'll just need to get them on the pack animals, including the wounded, and then you should be okay. Okay. You don't need to drag them bumping behind you like a wagon.
I mean,
we can. We can.
Yeah, sure. If you want to lose a couple.
Bumped is better than dead, but yeah. Okay, cool. So let's meet the corporal then, right? Is that okay if we do that? Yeah.
Yeah, we can cut right to it. So yeah, the scout leads you through. This grove is not very big, right? Like it's only it's probably less than 100 yards across, but sort of into the center, right? Maybe 50 yards in. The scout leads you to a middle-aged Bartan woman. Wearing a Bartan uniform. I think we decided they kind of like military uniforms are sort of like field coats and like probably like jodhpurs or something like that.
Yeah,
like loose and flowing garments, right? Sort of in the Bartan style. You see, like this whole warband is very weather weary. They're dirty, tattered, still holding together some semblance of discipline, but their uniforms they've clearly been through it. They've been behind enemy lines for some time. And she's there and she kind of looks up. She's huddled with a pair of panyar, and she looks up and says, Are you responsible for the flare?
Peter like twirls the flare gun, like spins it, and then holsters it again.
So you're our relief then.
We're not here to relieve you. We're here to rescue you. You have to leave now.
Yeah. No, I get that. But you're the ones to do it.
Yes, we are. We have mules. I point at the mules, who I assume look excited to do their job.
You see anyone else around here?
Yeah, we're the big damn heroes. Let's go. Come on. Jump.
How many are there? A company? A regiment?
The entire army? Or it's like Render's entire army, right? I'm trying to remember the big map.
No, how many of you?
Oh, how many of us? Oh. We decided to make this like a commando mission, so small and swift and fast. Yeah, we have to go now. Like 10 minutes ago now.
We fight with the determination and fury of 3 times our number. So you have nothing to worry about.
So like 14 of us.
Yeah, so what number do you fight like then?
The 43. Exactly.
There it is.
Do you want to be rescued?
I was about to say, this is
math.
weird semantics conversation. It's really not the time for this.
Like, we don't have time to make tea. Come on, let's go.
Sounded to me like they don't want to be rescued. So like, I don't know. Let's leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
She like turns to the handful of Bartans around her, as well as the 2 Panyar, and is like, she kind of does the mount up, and she turns back to you. Who, I'm guessing Peter is probably more in charge than anybody who's here.
Annika's technically in charge because she's officer.
She's
we have
not
Annika.
here though.
Yeah, we're not here right now.
Oh, it's just
exactly.
leaning in. Oh, ha. Okay.
Yeah,
split the
squad
party.
that was with you, right? Exactly.
Right, okay.
And so I think she turns to Peter and is like, "We've got wounded. We're gonna need help. I can't leave them behind."
We got mules. We got sleds. We can put sleds together. Let's do this.
Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's carry them in litters and get moving. You said you've got mules?
Yeah. Do you need me to pop a scrounge to get the stuff together for sleds?
You actually did that last session, so.
Then I did.
There we go. Yeah.
That happened.
Cool. Yeah. So I think you're able to. Well, let's do a martial roll, and we'll see kind of what this effort.
How
takes.
about a consort? Now that we're all on the same side, or even a sway, we are trying to save your lives.
I don't think they need a lot of convincing to leave. I think they need organization to
Like
leave.
hoarding.
Well then,
Can you
we're
push
rolling
yourself?
with disadvantage
Can you push yourself?
to get 1 dot.
Wait,
That'll
isn't
put him at
Tatanika? Why do you have to
Tatanika's not
roll?
there.
Oh, I'm not?
No, you're
No,
with
'cause you're-
Apparently,
Anika.
what's Leonin got?
Oh, wow.
Nada.
I mean, all right.
I
Can't
can't.
stress for 1 dot.
Can you-
There we go. Peter's at 5.
Devil's
Put it this
bargain.
way.
Devil's bargain.
We're using this as like the engagement roll of the like second.
Then I will not spend that
Half,
stress.
right,
And
so-
we'll just roll 2 and see what happens. Ready? We're good with this?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Here we go.
Just that.
That's a 6 and a 5.
Hey.
Hey.
I like that.
Okay.
Not 2 shabs.
Cool. So that's partial success. Yeah. I mean, you're able to get them moving. You're able to drag them out.
There is some motioning with weapons.
I think it's more about getting their stuff, as well as like the Panyar are sort of like, one of them is pretty severely wounded. So one of them is this sort of big for a Panyar, kind of like clearly a warrior. The other is this very like small and delicate woman. and the two of them are kind of huddled together. She's trying to help him walk. He's kind of refusing help, but struggling. Meanwhile, the one of the Bartans wounded is passed out. You're able to just simply roll him onto a litter, and then the other one is trying, sort of, a little bit deliriously, I think, to get moving. And it's just, they weren't exactly ready to move. You know, the ones who are healthy are okay, but the rest of them are in pretty bad shape.
So I think as part of this effort, Peter's basically like sort of stalking around. He still has his leg splint on, right? And his head is bandaged. Like he's got a broken leg, but he's walking on it. And he's like, you think I splinted this myself? No, of course not. Let someone help you. Let's go.
Do you have a cane? I feel like you'd have a cane.
I mean, he would have like gotten a stick or something in the scrounging, right? Like he's a scout. He'll get a walking stick.
I mean, I feel like he has.
Oh, like I don't know. Well,
sword cane.
Rudy, you came up with
Sword
this guy.
cane.
Does he have a
Sword
cane?
cane. Yeah.
Done. Sword cane.
Poison.
Sounds right.
Poison.
And a top
sword.
hat and a trench coat. And he listens to fucking, I don't know, KMFDM.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to kind of get them out. And when I think as they're coming out of the wood is when Ananika is able to kind of get all of the squad marshaled and kind of over there, is tending to the mule, like preparing the mules, right, so that they can be packed and they can start, carrying these soldiers. And that's when the corporal emerges and recognizes now some rank pins on your uniform, and salutes you and says, Corporal Ria Kadashi, appreciate the assistance. We met your subordinates just a few minutes ago.
I trust they took care of what needs to be taken care of, and looking at the mules and stuff, and everything's looks good.
We're doing the best we can. We're very injured, but my men are ready to go. We'll pitch in if we can.
Sounds good. We need to go now.
This is the entire group, I'm told.
This is it.
Yeah,
And she motions.
better for sneaking, smooth and quiet like.
We were going for a more tactical approach. Yes.
Okay.
It's what? We are here. We have you now. Let's go.
No,
Do not. We are here.
She kind of motions off in the distance, and you can see like over one of the rises there are horses lining up, flying banners. They're sort of backlit by the sun. They're still a good distance away, but you actually, she motions towards them, and you realize like they're not moving. They're just sort of watching.
Who has the spyglass?
You mean my spyglass? the one I got from my dad? Yeah. I got my spyglass and my fine medical kit. Yep.
Look at what they're doing. What is happening?
Peter will do that, although his research is atrocious.
Okay.
I think
So if a roll is needed, he'll pass it off.
I think it's fine. You have the spyglass, so you can see. These are, of course, Black Oak Knights. But what you notice is they're just kind of sitting there. They have their hands mostly just kind of resting on the pommel of their saddles. They don't look like they're about to move at all. And sort of in the center of them, sort of sitting eerily still, is a Heartless on a truly monstrous steed, right? Like you've seen fire manes. This looks like the corrupted version of a fire mane. Just what was a noble horse now completely given over to darkness.
I want it.
With
Like a nightmare.
I'm a cavalryman. I want that horse.
And like he is holding a lance upright from which is streaming one of Bone Render's banners, right? And he's just sitting there perfectly. And when when you start kind of turning, and the spyglass stops on him, and sort of, I think you linger on him maybe a little bit, his face turns, and you feel like he is staring back through the glass at you.
I flip him off again.
Oh.
So they're gonna wait till we're out in the open. They're gonna run us down. Yeah, they're gonna ride us down.
Sounds right.
It certainly seems that they're waiting to see which direction you go, and they intend
Great.
to.
Well, Tatanika gets the burn of stress when that happens. So
Oh Lord.
points for us, I guess,
why does she burn a stress?
because she'll run straight at him.
Tatanika ran straight at human mortal enemies when there were like 20 of them.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, I-Hsien, do you have, or does Peter? Sorry, I'm trying to look up what is the action.
Because do we have any hope of like taking these dudes in a fight, even if Tatanika did charge?
How many rookies do we have left?
We have all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
except
we
for
have
the
two
one.
full squads.
We have two full
Okay.
squads,
We
right?
lost one guy, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that
It's-
we lost Viscount Blas Garassi due to Tatanika.
Right.
Tatanika. did.
She did some quick math and
My
broke
That's
some
the
eggs to
word.
make an omelet.
it's strange how the egg that needs to be broken is never like, yeah, we just need to break a few eggs. And I'm one of them.
So true.
So I'm sort of doing some napkin math here. My guess is if we charge them, it could be a suicide charge and we take out the Heartless, but I don't see us winning that battle.
Yeah, Ananika's like, this is not a battle she's willing to put all of us up against.
We must use cunning. I say.
Yes.
I'm young.
Yeah, and selfish Peter, slippery Peter, is basically just like, yeah, that's not the mission. We're supposed to come back alive. Yeah, all
That
of
is
us.
a good point.
Well, me and the corporal.
You're the scout, right? You're
I'm very important.
Can we do
We
some
could
kind of like a
hide.
research roll? Yeah, to see if there's like
Good scrounge.
an
Yeah.
escape
Yeah,
route
so-
or a
Yeah.
hiding place.
Yeah, give me research.
Ooh.
yeah. Who's got that?
We're looking for what?
Not
A way out?
Or a place, either a
Look-
place to hide, a way out.
Or
Um,
like, what's the landscape like?
How about
'Cause it's like
instead of research, a scout roll or a scrounge roll
Yeah,
to find a
so
safe
he
place?
can.
Great.
How long do we get to be hidden with Scrounge? It's
I think it just. Oh, I think this is a safe place for the night.
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's like,
maybe not
you're
a
gonna
good
sleep.
idea, or I don't know.
Scrounge is probably
so.
not going to be the answer. I think Scout is probably the answer.
Okay.
Scrounge is like if you shake your pursuers and go to ground, Scrounge feels right. But I think you are trying to ride out on horseback. That's not really looking for
Well,
a
I was
safe
thinking we
place
could
for
hide in these woods until it's
I mean-
night, and then maybe we can sneak out, or maybe that's not a good idea.
I mean, that's basically what these Bartans have been doing, but you'll have horses and mules now that have to also
Right.
be right.
Dumb mules.
The-
I mean,
like the-
so
what's
I can
the-
scout.
yeah.
But can anyone assist or aid or set up or we got plans?
Whoa!
Or want to try
Ride
something
my
different and it's
sweet
much better
dirt
at it?
bike. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wish we
That's
had dirt
Brooklyn.
bikes.
I can't help with Scout.
Is there a way to help with channels? I don't think that's.
There is always a way to help with channels.
Channels is great for equipment.
Oh, maybe,
Yeah,
can we do
well,
a
'cause-
flashback? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
It's like my thing is like, can I flashback to get caltrops or something?
Ooh.
Something that could help us where it's like we're escaping, but somehow could, like if they try to pursue us in a direction behind us, we could be covertly dropping traps behind us.
Are
Yeah, I
caltrops
think-
in the Scouts build somewhere? No.
No, so that's
But
where I
also
think,
it's very like abstracted.
Sure.
I think caltrops would be a channels.
Okay.
Right, that feels like a good use of channels because I don't think that's standard issue.
Okay.
Possibly not even standard equipment that the
Right.
Legion carries.
It's honorless.
I think I think that Ananika was thinking like we're gonna be pursued potentially, so she was gonna look for.
By a bear.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll roll channels. I have 2.
Maybe landmines.
Yeah.
Roll
Ooh,
landmines.
ooh, I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Okay, so that will be
We get 3 sets of
No,
traps
that's
to put
I
down.
think
4 is good.
Four's
yeah,
good.
the four is
four.
fine.
Okay.
So I think you've got a use of caltrops.
Nice.
Just one. Okay.
Rudy, why does Peter's utility list include potentially taking an alchemical bomb? Because that seems like it could be helpful.
That was,
Yeah.
I think that was for an earlier mission.
Oh, it's because we packed it in. It's because someone built it. Okay, yeah. To blow up the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
meant to
No,
delete that then.
that's good. I'm just saying there could be a flashback to get another one.
It worked really well.
Keep going and flashing back to talk with Azure.
Or did we
Right.
even use it? I don't remember if we used
Oh,
We-
it.
you
we did
definitely
blow it
used
We
it.
use it
okay.
to blow up the bridge.
Yeah.
So I've got caltrops and
So while you guys are trying to figure out exactly what to do and where to go, the corporal will kind of walk up next to you, Ananika, and like kind of point over and say, "They've been watching us for a couple days." That's Do you know who that is?
Oh no.
no, I do not.
Oh no.
That's Ake. Which is the infamous Heartless.
Oh
of
no,
Denver's
it's
army.
a special guy. Ah!
Infamous
Ah.
means like super duper powerful.
Threat 3. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, if we
On a-
survive this, we get another XP.
Woo!
So,
On a
We
Nika's
killed one
head
before,
trauma.
right? We killed one before.
You did, but you killed one with very fortunate circumstances.
Right. So this is definitely not Peter suggesting this. It's maybe one of the rookies who like doesn't know any better, but probably like a small group could try to pretend to be a large group and like ride off as bait and then when they ride, everyone else runs off.
Speaking of breaking eggs,
Well, if they're wily enough, and if they're slippery enough, then that first
true.
group might be able to make it out, just with speed and if there's only a few of them, precision.
But Pete's like, what? Huh?
Yes,
What was
that's
that? What was
actually
that?
not a bad idea.
Did somebody just take a thing where they could increase or decrease scale?
That's lead from the front. Ananika has that. Improve scale up or down one level.
That's okay. That's good in either of the groups,
Yeah.
right? To make the group that is the bait look bigger or to make the group that is escaping look smaller.
Yeah.
one oh yeah, go ahead, Rudy.
Looking at this Bartan Corporal, does she? I'm thinking now, like leading of those groups. Like I think does she look really bedraggled and tired and out of it too? Is she ready to fight, or is she just like, okay, it's time to go? You know? what I
Or does
mean?
she have 4 dots and everything?
She has told you that she's ready to fight,
Okay.
but I mean, if you're making an honest assessment, like all of these Bartans are pretty much
Okay.
they're at the edge
Yeah.
of effectiveness, right? Like they've been on frayed nerves for days.
Yeah.
Is it possible that we would have been able to anticipate that Ake would be the infamous that would show up here? Like, I'm just wondering if that's remotely a possibility. There could be a potential for a flashback where someone debriefs, maybe like one of the spies or something debriefs us on like this dude's like weaknesses or something.
That's interesting. Well,
Like,
so
maybe it's
consider. I think before we do that, right? I think you've touched on something that you didn't know, and you know that you haven't had perfect information so far on this mission. If Ake is dispatched to take care of one little group of Bartans, something might be going on that's more than you are aware of
Yeah.
right now, right? Like it seems weird that they would be showing one Ake at all, like Ake would be bothering with this, and two, showing this kind of restraint. Like something isn't what it should be.
Right.
We can
That's-
flash back to figure out what that is for sure, or like you're here too.
Yeah.
This Bartan, does she have the air of a NCO, or does she seem perhaps higher command level just based on the way she's been acting and stuff like that?
She's a corporal, right?
She's a corporal, yeah. She's an
truly
NCO.
Okay, cool. She's not like
She's-
secretly a princess or something like that, right?
No, she has the she has the tact of a sergeant.
Of an enlisted
She's
troop.
not. She's not an Orite. Okay, we're like everybody's a prince of Persia.
Right. And I mean, same thing. Like, as soon as she saw an officer, right, she was immediately snapped to sir,
Okay.
and you know, like.
I was just wondering. I look at the forest. Yeah. Does it feel different, magical? I poke a tree. Does it say something to me or something? Like,
that's interesting. Yes, actually.
It says something.
No. The forest, like this, it's not a forest, right? It is like the tiniest of groves, like barely more than a stand of trees. It doesn't seem as dense. Like, now that you're out of it and like packing up, as you look back at it, it doesn't seem as dense. It looks like it would actually be kind of not a great place to hide as many people as were hiding in it.
Oh, interesting.
Like, as you're looking at it now, like, you're thinking, well, I would have just got off my horse and gone in there and dug them out, you know? Like, this doesn't look that bad. But when you approached it, like, it looked more formidable.
What the heck?
Nobody has weave, right?
What is that?
Nobody in your party, no. Weave is the magic skill.
Yeah.
Which is it's a specialist skill.
Does anyone have research?
No. The medic does research.
Why didn't we bring the medic?
Well, we could also do a flashback about like getting debriefed on like the location, like, you know, what to expect of the terrain, that kind of thing. If we think that'll help.
The lore of it.
I think the answer is here. I think you should talk to the people that are here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
all right.
So they also know something that you don't, because they were in that grove.
All right,
so
I get what you're saying. Pete's like, all right, what if we burn the whole grove down as a distraction? Eh? Good idea, right? Right?
Corporal, what do you know about this grove? And do you think we should burn it down as a distraction?
She looks. I don't know anything about the grove other than it protected us. Silver Whispering Wind said it would do the trick, so we stayed there. But I suppose if you burn it, perhaps we could use the smoke as some type of screen, maybe get a head start. That could work, I guess, if the wind is in our favor.
A Panyar said that?
Yeah, who's Silver Whispering Wind? Ananika asks.
She nods off, or like nods her head over towards the smaller, the Panyar woman.
Okay.
Who is like with the larger Panyar on the same mule. She's kind of riding front, and he is behind her holding the reins, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. So Ananika will ride up to them and ask, "Why did you choose to stay in this grove?"
Because it was the safest place for us.
Looking at it right now, it looks like a few trees. When we approached here, it looked more full, but now that you're out, it's different. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, it protected us. It gave us shelter when we needed it.
I don't know much about Panyars and trees.
You got some of that dream moss there? Huh?
Tatanika is gonna like beckon over Sapphire Dancing Tide, who's a rookie on the Ember Wolves, and be like, "Hey, go talk to your friend over there, and
you all
figure
know
out what
each
the
other.
deal is. Figure out." So I'm skipping right over that. Get some answers out of them and bring them back, because they're being all opaque and we need some answers. So figure out the deals with this magical forest, tell us, and then report back.
Can you give me a discipline or a martial or some type of role for the
I can give you a discipline, but I can give an even better sway.
Perfect. Actually, sway is maybe even better.
Great. Okay. How do you roll in this game again? Okay. Risky. Are we risky?
Yes.
2 weeks, we've forgotten everything.
I know.
Nerd. Bonus dice, none. Okay, that is a 2 and a 4.
All right,
A 4.
partial success. So, what? Sorry, who was the rookie?
That was Sapphire. Sorry, I have to go down here. Sapphire Dancing Tide
Okay.
and Ember Wolf.
Yep. So Sapphire Dancing Tide nods and says, I'll see what I can do.
By the way, he's a wood carver,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
so
Cool.
just in case.
So he goes over there and like I think he's a little out of earshot where this is all kind of going down, and everyone sort of gives them some space and they have a conversation. Who's the other Panyar in the squad?
I think Sapphire is the only one. And you mean in our squad or in
In either of the squads that are here.
only Sapphire Dancing Tide?
Okay, cool. So he goes over and they have sort of not a long conversation because you don't have a whole lot of time, but like sort of a little animated conversation, and then you see he looks inside. She shows him a satchel. He looks inside, and his whole demeanor changes. He looks shocked, almost like pale, shocked.
Oh.
And turns towards you, and says, Peter, Ananika, Tatanika, I think this is really important. It all makes sense now. Look in her satchel.
All right.
And when you do that, so
Yeah.
she is like kind of hesitant, and then he nods, and when you look inside, you see the night sky. It is like an inky blackness with sort of stars sort of like glowing. And after a second, then you see two eyes, as two eyelids open, and it shifts, and you realize this is not the night sky. This is like a fox, like a juvenile fox inside this bag.
Is that expensive?
What is this?
It's priceless. It is.
So yeah.
It is. It is a legend. It is a gift. It is. And he's like shaking as he says this. He's like, I've heard of a star fox before, but this isn't a real thing. It's a gift from the goddess herself. It can't be possible. They're not real.
This explains why we have Ache here, perhaps.
I-Hsien, because I know you're interested in this as a player.
True.
When he's referring to the goddess, so I think everybody knows that Panyar naming conventions, which is Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Silver Whispering Wind, which means she is an orphan, and because that's what silver means.
Mm-hmm.
And orphans are like Nyx's children.
But Nyx is dead.
Nyx is supposedly dead.
I mean, look at this guy. She's super dead.
And he like, I mean, if Peter says that, he says
no. I mean, Peter doesn't know anything about this at all.
That probably sounds true.
But Ash will be extraordinarily interested in this, assuming anybody from this mission survives.
Important caveat. Can Sapphire Dancing Tide be compelled to like explain this in a way that will make it
what does it do?
make useful sense to us?
Priceless?
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Speak to us like we're stupid.
Like your children. Okay.
Like
Okay.
we're greedy, selfish children. Yeah.
Okay. In 30 seconds, you see the moon, right? You know that the goddess of the moon, Nyx, was broken and died, and then the moon also broke, right? And that our gods are one of our gods is dead. And we all accepted this as true. We all made our peace with it. Silver Whispering Wind found the Star Fox and rescued it as Panyar was burning, and this is a sign. This is a miracle. It's proof that Nyx isn't dead. That there's still hope for us.
Okay.
This creature is the and he's like stunned. He's like in silence. Like I don't. This isn't a thing. This isn't. I don't. This is a story come to life. This is a fairy tale.
You know what else is a fairy tale? Us getting out of here alive. All right. So, does it have any magic powers that can?
Does
I don't
it breathe
know,
fire?
teleport us out of here?
No, I don't know.
Well, what does it have to do with the grove being able to hide you for this long?
It probably does have. It probably used some type of magic. Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's
okay.
just a story.
It's okay. Anika's like,
Sapphire.
it's okay.
She's like a priestess, I guess is the word that you would use. I don't know.
Can it make the trees walk while we're walking?
Oh, we need to stop asking him these questions. His head trauma is throbbing. Okay, this is why Ache is here. This is probably why they've been camping and waiting. I liked the idea. This is Ananika talking. I like the idea that we try to do a distraction and have a small group that looks like a large group go off. We could have them have call drops, maybe make something that dangle the satchel out, make it obvious. Maybe there's like not to have a satchel there with that group, but like a decoy. I don't know if that'll work, but and then we have another group leading out the wounded and this fairy tale creature, this magical being, and get out of here.
Like,
I like this idea. You go with the fox in that way, and the rest of us will all sneak away. Yeah.
So the corporal will pipe in and say, my men will, if needed, will ride the decoy. You'll need some of the mules to go if you want to sell it, and I would like to volunteer.
Thank you.
So wait, she's all in on Fox as well, I guess?
Are you asking her?
Yeah, I guess the Bartan. Yeah, I want to know. Does she really? Do you believe the Fox is special?
I deserted because of this. You're mercenaries?
I mean, we're all on the side of humanity here.
The Bartan army was leaving through Panya, and we found Silver Whispering Wind, and our commander would not stop, and would not help, and so my band deserted. We had 3 squads. I've lost 11 men so far. I'm not going to lose this when we have a chance of getting home. I'm not going to make that sacrifice in vain. I don't understand it, but you can sense its power. Don't you have a little more hope?
Works with me. You're the decoy. You get out of here. We'll escape back and report about your bravery.
You'll still need a few horses.
Can we make it more obvious? Like one of you, surround one person in the middle, and that person in the middle just holds the satchel. I don't know if that's, make it seem like.
Yeah. So I think that's a good idea. I think we should have, and I'll lead the decoy. That's fine. we should definitely have. Yes, that's a good idea. Make it look like we're protecting something as we go out. And then the real fox thing and the badly wounded will go with the escape team.
But like, we're gonna ditch the badly wounded if stuff goes bad, right? Like, the fox is now priority, right? Yeah, fox is priority. Sorry, I'm sure they understand too, right?
I look at Lena and go, we do what we have to do.
Okay.
So as you're trying to like divide people up, right, and like pick teams, the Bartans are dividing themselves as well. The injured Panyar dismounts himself and says, like, turns to Sapphire and says, I will trust you. I will trust that you will get her to safety. But I believe that perhaps we could sell this illusion better if I were seen riding with the decoy.
Oh, okay, sure. Because that makes sense.
And like as he says that, like there's a gasp from Silver Whispering Wind, and she like they kind of huddle in a series of angry whispers at each other, and the other one stands up like fully upright. Right, he's a massive Panyar, and he sort of sets himself and says, "I will ride."
See, this is why I'm single. This is why.
So I think to sell this, you probably need to send a squad of rookies. They can be led by the corporal if you would like, but I think that's going to be the minimum size. And if you're going to let Jesus take the wheel, we'll roll an engagement roll and see what the outcome is.
I sort of think that Tatsunika might volunteer to lead the decoys.
Okay.
Didn't Ananika just say I'll lead the decoys?
Oh,
yeah.
You did? You did?
I will. Earlier, I would do it.
Oh, do it.
I'm gonna be like, no, sir, Tatsunika, being very brave. I think we should respect her choice.
I mean, she can also increase the scale of the group, so maybe fewer rookies have to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to sell two squads as one, right?
Yeah.
So that's where her value is. It's like you're basically doubling your number by sending one.
So that means Ananika has to go.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Tatsunika, you're more than welcome to join.
Well, I don't think that Tatsunika would. It's like it loses its luster if like it's not that reckless.
If
you know?
everyone's volunteering, for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't have the
Yeah.
charm of Tatsunika.
If everyone's volunteering to be reckless, no one's being reckless.
As the second officer of this here mission, I best stay with the main group.
With a very valuable fox god thing. Yes.
The very expensive fox god. Yep.
All right. So I think that's it. I'm leading.
So who has the real one? Is it Sapphire or Silver Dance? Silver.
Silver Whispering Wind will not let go of the fox.
Oh, really?
No, she is going to carry the fox, but she will give you the satchel, and carry it in something else.
Okay. She
decoy.
can.
But
Can she
won't-
like carry it like on her person, like inside her vest or something like that? Is it okay? We don't want to hurt
other
the
bags.
fox.
Could put it in.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
think-
they'll be looking for bags, right? That's what I'm assuming.
Yes. And she's wearing.
Is she wearing like flowy clothes still? She's got big old sleeves. Hide him in a sleeve.
I think
Yeah,
probably.
this is
think
like a
Tanya-
juvenile fox, so I don't know how big that is.
In a top hat under her.
Yeah.
Peter,
A very
Let her borrow your top
inconspicuous
hat?
top hat.
Or maybe her mark is like a kangaroo pouch. It's just like in there.
Her mark is actually a
The giant bullfrog mouth.
as you
sticks it in there.
oh my goodness.
this,
Hamster, yeah.
She has
The-
two
the-
cheeks.
Giant cheeks.
The throat
yeah.
of a seabird. So she actually has now that you notice, a fox-like nose.
Oh, nice.
You also, when you look at the other one, the injured one, you note that he has two two-pronged stag horns.
Oh.
Dope. I think Tatanika is gonna basically just be a bodyguard to Silver Whispering Wind, and just like not leave her side.
So is Sapphire, by the way.
Cool.
R.I.P. Sapphire. Oh, he's dead.
He's like, yeah.
R.I.P. Ananika.
How far away are they? Are they in the other group? I want to shoot one. Can I shoot him? How far is he?
No, they're far. They're
All right.
further than that.
I don't
And
think
I'm
anyone has a rifle.
And I'm assuming we're doing all this splitting up and dividing of groups in the trees.
Yes.
Not out in the open.
Yeah, like right at the tree line. Yes, with a little bit of cover. Yeah.
Like, I hope.
Do you need...
I'm just nervous that they have some sort of like magic finding that like the decoys will run out and they'll be like, all right, they don't have the box, so leave them alone.
That sure could be a complication.
Yeah, so just
They
if
did
that
it.
happens, then turn around and come back, I guess.
Yeah,
If they
that's-
don't chase you, then
If they don't chase, then if they turn around and go back the other way, then we're behind them, and then we'll just shoot them in the back of the head.
yeah.
Sally, do you need to say goodbye to Ananika just in cases?
Um.
I mean, you personally as a player.
Oh,
Because this
I
might
was
take-
like, does
This is
Tatanika?
Tatanika doesn't like. I don't know. Ananika has mixed feelings about Tatanika.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
you
Ananika.
built Ananika in the first place.
I
That's what I'm
see.
saying.
Okay, thank you. Well, Anika's had a nice long life here on the stream, and I think that she's gonna go out like a hero. So I'm cool.
I think
Okay.
she's gonna.
That means Tatanika is going to be our officer.
Ah.
Okay.
So
All right.
who is riding? Who is in the final count riding with Ananika?
Like which squad?
Yeah, which
Yeah,
squad?
yeah. Like
Ooh.
who's in it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, because the
Wow.
lions are bodyguards. They wouldn't want to protect the second coming of Nyx or whatever this is.
And who else do we have with
The
us?
Ember Wolves, right?
We have the Ember Wolves,
And they're crazy.
but
so
the two of the Ember Wolves, one is Sapphire Dancing Tide, and one is Tatanika, and one is dead. So that leaves just Lianen and Freya, which I don't think that we can make that look like two full squads.
well, but the scale.
So-
I mean, we're at a point now where
Well, a
sending
bunch
out
of
one
but
full
we
squad
we've
is
got a
more
bunch
than
of
half of us.
a bunch of the
Yeah.
Bartans volunteered too, right? So
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you're giving them horses, they're riding mules.
Oh, yeah, give them horses. Give me your horse. I point at a shattered lion.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, a group of people went in, a group of people are coming out. You need that to look as dense.
Yeah,
of a group as possible.
everybody else-
kind of doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? So I think pick which group you want quickly, and we'll move on. So
Who has
of
the most
specialists-
wounded?
Of the specialists, it's only Ananika, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And then,
if you, I'm loyal to my squad, so right.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that.
We're
Lianen's a
we're still
soldier.
soldiers. Tatanika too. So if you say if
Soldiers.
if the officer says okay, your squad is coming with me, then we have to go with her.
I mean, I think it would make.
Please don't sacrifice any soldiers on this suicide
I
mission.
know.
Listen,
I mean, the thing is that
I-Hsien.
the Shattered Lions.
stop metagaming.
it's not like Peter's like, please don't sacrifice anyone who's actually good at anything on this suicide mission.
I know we're decoys.
I'm loyal
so
to
we
the
just need to
core.
take. We just need to.
You,
Oh.
no name,
Yes.
name, and you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I want to do.
But give me your boots first.
Yeah, maybe just
Always
take
use more boots.
a couple rookies. Yeah, empty your pockets and go on this decoy.
We'll keep most of the Shattered Lions with the group leaving, right? The real group.
Okay.
Okay, and then I take the leftovers.
So that means that you take Lianen, Freya, Sapphire Dance. It makes so if you want Sapphire Dancing Tide and Tatanika to go on the decoy run, those are the rest of the Ember Wolves.
It doesn't need to be a coherent squad because they don't need unit cohesion.
Yeah,
right. They don't need to get along or work together.
Yeah,
Right.
I think,
Okay,
I
so-
think
All
it's
right,
okay
it
to
doesn't
split
matter.
them.
All right, then whatever. Yeah, fine. Just send whatever's richer. It's like Sarah said.
I mean, unless Leanin or Tatanika is like, oh, I definitely want to go with them. Like that's a different thing.
No.
And the
So
only-
are we saying we're just picking like 4 rookies? Is that the
Yeah,
deal?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna marshal 4 rookies and
Yeah.
go. Okay,
Yes.
cool. We
Mal's
can
gonna
define
cry
them as
into
they die.
his morning porridge, but whatever.
Okay,
We
so
can
then
recruit.
it's Ananika. Are you sending the corporal?
The corporal is coming with us. Oh wait, with the other team.
Is she the decoy or is she in the real group?
She's real group.
Okay. And
That was the
then-
mission. She needs to get back. I do not want to disappoint.
Okay, she is.
You're
She
not going
has
to be doing
taken-
much to disappoint Zora. All right, don't worry about it.
She has taken a like a quick survey of her team, and she like motions to 2 of them, and 1 woman, 1 man, ride forward on their mules. She says, "This is Ravi. This is Parkresh. They're injured, but they are ready to ride. They won't slow you down."
I give one of them my horse, and I give him the Roman handshake. That is the Corps Undying's handshake, and I say, "Ride with honor." But I do take my weird like horse sniper thing off of my horse before I do that. This will just slow you down. You don't want to. It's actually pretty expensive. I know it looks kind of basic, but
Oh
Okay.
god.
then I say, "Buy horse," and then I get on a mule.
All right. So
Oh my god, my heart is beating so hard.
It's like
Ananika-
Michael Sarah. Sorry, it's like Michael Sarah level awkward as I try and take off this weird thing on the back of my horse's neck. Okay.
like this is Ananika and the 6 brave idiots.
Yeah.
The sucker 6.
Ugh. This is Ananika's inner turmoil right now. Okay, let's ride.
All right, let's ride.
Think of all the group actions she's going to be able to lead.
True.
So for
That's
your
helpful.
skill,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing now to sell this? Like I think you're gonna kick
Okay.
off and ride, right? So what are you
So lead from the
doing to sell
front.
this?
I'm assuming we have like kind of like banners and stuff, right? Did we have?
yeah.
We're riding. So I add like extra like staggered banners like on the horses, so it looks like maybe like there's like 3 on a horse.
Oh,
but it's-
smart, yeah.
So that it looks like maybe there's a horse riding side by side, and so it looks like there's more of us than there actually is.
Yep.
And so I'm going around and like doing that and having other people help me out with that. And that's kind of how we're gonna sell that. And so that's to make it look like we're as big as we are, or make us look bigger.
Oh, we
I think
just
that's all
got
she's-
a 300-bit donation.
We
Ooh.
Free
from
push,
Sarah.
baby.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh.
definitely
Rolls.
for Ananika.
The sacrificial 6. Yes. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's how I make us look like we're bigger than we are.
Yep.
And I am loyal, so I get a +1 when I roll group actions.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna try, and I would like to do this like we're gonna run out of here in a very like bat out of hell situation, and then try to maneuver tactically like we're trying to be like get away from them and look like we're got the fox. And
Yep.
okay,
This feels
So-
like a maneuver.
yep, risky standard effect.
Yep.
Okay, and I have a 1 bonus die, and I can
Mm.
push, right? Is that what that 300? Are we going to use that?
That's a free
I think
push,
you
right?
should use that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another die.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you
Or
can't
effect.
double. You can't double push.
Okay. Okay, I think this is it.
Woo!
I'm so scared.
Shane rolled a 6 for some reason.
So 5, 4, 2.
Okay. So that's a 5 for Ananika, but a 6
Oh, no.
for the rookies riding with you.
Oh, yay!
Awesome. Yay.
Because that was a group roll, right?
Yes.
Cool. So, yeah, I think that's what happens, right? Is like you guys sort of form up. The maneuver is not necessarily about picking like the right direction to go or any like horsemanship, other than making sure that you maintain cohesion so that your ruse of all of these fluttering banners is maintained, right? Like you need and sort of picking your path so that you're ducking in and out of view a little bit as you're kind of going through these like rolling pasture, so that it doesn't be nobody can really stare at you for too long, right? But you are able to do that, and like you ride out like the first 100 yards. It's not even obvious that they've noticed that they're even paying attention. You get another 100 yards, and when you spot them, like you see very clearly, like almost like even without the spyglass, right? Like you can kind of just sense from the menace facing your direction that you have Ake's attention. And then like you get another 200 or 300 yards out, and that's when you hear like over behind you the telltale horn, right, of like the trumpet that marks a charge. And then as you kind of come around like the next rise, you see that they are, moving, led at the very front by Ake himself. And they are sort of in formation, riding, bearing down towards you, not towards the trees.
Okay.
So you have been successful.
Nice.
For your troubles, you now have Ake.
Yay!
Congrats.
Oh.
Congrats, it's an ache.
Yeah.
You might call it a heartless Ake. So that's just a clock in case, something has to happen. An 8 clock.
Which is actually a 10 clock.
So that is, I don't know how long it takes horses to ride that far, but I'm going to say that is maybe a minute. And the rest of you back at the trees, you see the Heartless and the Knights of the Black Oak sort of take off in that direction, sort of off to the left, decidedly not directly towards you. You think, at least for now, they have bit on the bait. What do you do?
You stupid buggers. And it is unclear who Peter is talking about.
I mean, wait until they're completely out of sight before going, right? Like, we don't want to give away that we're still
You said
there.
there's like rolling pastures, right?
Yeah, the direction they're going, I think that's the way that you came is, I think, a little flatter, but the way that they were going is sort of the ideal direction for their ruse would have been that way.
So yeah, I think basically we'll wait until we think they've basically gone over on the other side of either the last hill or like as many hills as we reasonably think they're going to be behind before like we basically actually no, we probably don't book it. We like maintain a low, relatively quiet pace.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Cool.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. What give me some type of roll to like what are you using to make sure that you're staying subtle?
The scout seems obvious. Does anyone else
Definitely,
have a different thing that they want to try or they think would work better?
The only thing I have is maneuver and only one, right?
Yeah, I only have one tick in that as well. So
Okay.
I think scout is the way to go.
Yeah.
Can anyone, I have a feeling this is an important role. Does anyone have a setup or an assist? Or I guess Pete can push.
I mean, I guess like Tatsunika could like ride up to Slippery Peter and wait, I can't remember. Does setting up require a roll or is it just like a narrative thing?
Yeah, setup is a role. and it
Setup is a
improves
role.
Position.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, what's our
assist-
position?
assist is a
Um,
one stress.
So I think you are still in risky position. I think the effect of the decoy was giving you this opportunity at all, not improving your position.
Okay.
Right.
So a setup could potentially improve our position.
Ooh.
Um,
But how to set up?
how much is a flashback?
Depends on
on-
what the effect is.
Yeah.
But
Can
you know,
I?
from 0 to all of them.
All right, then let me make an offer. And this is we can talk about whether this is a flashback or just a devil's bargain. Pete can give his flare gun to the decoy group so they can make even more noise. Or someone can rig it here basically to explode. And they can drop it off to be both noisy and colorful to give us ideally even more cover when we actually make a break for it. But that does mean Pete has no flare gun.
I mean, I think for so I don't know, like they're already giving chase, right? So what would I don't know how a flare gun would really
It
necessarily
would just
help
create
them at this
noise that
point.
would cover our noise, I think.
Would any
right? Is that
other-
what you meant, I-Hsien?
Any other additional
Basically.
enemy forces in the area see the flare and go towards that, thus giving us a cleaner exit?
They seem to be coordinated regardless, so
Okay.
you know.
I mean,
So-
the other thing is that the concern might be not the people we're running from who seem to be like already engaged with whoever they're chasing, but like maybe other bad guys hidden around here.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just Pete pushes.
Or you know what we could do also is like have someone go ahead on foot, like scout ahead, just like run up, survey the area, come back and be like, we're cool, let's like ride out of here.
Can someone else do that? Because Pete has a broken leg.
I can do that with maneuver. I don't have like a ton, but I can like do it.
That seems like a Tetsunika thing too. I'll go first. I'll make sure it's clear.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
So Tatsunika does that and without waiting for a response, runs out.
Oh, good.
Pete's
Okay.
like, no,
She's doing
don't do that. Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I want to push myself. I'm pretty stressed out. I'm not going to push myself. So can I roll a maneuver, Shane?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Did you say risky?
Yeah, it's risky.
Okay. Standard 0.
Hey, 6.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean this valley, for lack of a better word, seem like there doesn't seem to be anything else here that you've drawn the attention of.
Okay.
All right. So Shane, tell me. Well, I don't think the leg splint will affect this because we're on horses. Would the head injury affect a scout roll?
Yeah, I think a head injury is going to affect a scout roll.
All right. So that drops scout to 1 die. However, since Pete is vengeful, this roll is also now has potency. So I think Pete is going to need to push.
What do you
Is
get
it-
from being set up by my maneuver?
It increases our effect. Our position. So
Position,
we're
okay.
controlled
You're
now.
controlled.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah? Nice. All right. He's going to push, which is back to 2 dice with potency.
Cool.
There we go. That's a 1 and a 2.
Oh.
Okay. That was maneuver, right? Or scout.
Scout.
Sorry, scout.
We never should have let the man with the serious recent head trauma lead this role.
It's not that bad.
What's a concussion between
He
friends?
says, looking in a different direction.
His eyes are like moving in not coordinated ways.
Okay, so I think you guys are moving now like at a canter, right? Not like a full gallop, because you don't want that kind of thundering hoof
Right,
beats
and we don't
to
want to kick
draw
up
any
dust.
attention. Right, exactly. Yep. Cool. So you make that. And you failed your scout? Okay.
Does that just put us back at risky? We can try again.
No, I think so. Let me look at my handy dandy thing. So it's a complication. The complication is there are, as you are sort of coming over a rise, you see laid out pretty clearly, there are pikemen, a line of pikemen sort of between your path. And as you kind of like you're coming up to a rise, right? So you can kind of look around, and you see like it seems like they moved pikes in position, sort of on the opposite sides, right? So that you would have to ride through lines of pikemen to get out. No one called them off, so they are still in position. The main threat rode off, chasing the decoy, but now you still have to kind of break these lines again. And of course, pikemen are rather favored against horses. Fortunately, you are not. You were in control position, so you don't rush into them headlong and take pikes straight through the through the horse. But that is an obstacle that you will now need to overcome.
About how many pikemen?
Enough.
Perfect.
Like a I don't know, a medium-sized group.
Said they were good against horses. What about mules?
Yeah.
Defenseless against mules.
Yeah, no, they're that's right.
They're too short.
Strong v horse, weak v mule, neutral v man.
Oh.
Let's just barrel through. We lose some
On
people in the process. That's more eggs in that delicious omelet that we're making for this mission.
These are the eggs we're not supposed to break.
Yeah.
There's one particular tiny egg that doesn't need to be broken, but every other egg is still an egg. And okay, this is going, I don't know, but I'm trying.
What have I done?
What have I done?
No, it's
This
okay.
egg- this egg
we-
metaphor.
We're gonna get through this.
I can shoot someone and then we can run through. Hey, are there any Panyar in there?
Did you have a bomb, you guys said?
Panyar Pikemans?
No, these pikemen are
What are the Black Oak? Like, are they a mixed regiment as well, or are they one particular nation?
So I think the Black Oak are actually draw more from Western kingdoms, like
Okay.
west of Aldermark.
Interesting.
Because I don't think they are
They're
like they were the
foreign.
Cinder. They were sworn. Oh wait, hang on. Where's Render from? Because they were Renders.
He's Zemyati.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're mostly Zemyati then, actually,
okay,
because they were Render's sort of like chosen band of mercenaries.
Oh,
right?
and of
They
course,
fought-
that's
they fought at
why,
his side when he was still a chosen.
That's another reason Greymane hates them so much.
Yeah,
And why Zora does, right? I think they were both chosen
both
of the living
Zemyati.
god.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's your answer. No Panyar in that group. Also, like they're human, but only just barely. Like their souls are sold.
So then, I mean, are they weighing-
Probably not gonna be.
Black Oak wears armor, right? All right. So maybe as soon as we see them, we all fire a volley and then try to ride around.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If they're still on foot and we are on horse, so
Yeah, I mean, I think the advantage they have is that they are going to set pikes against you. I think you can maybe weaken that line by shooting into them.
I mean, is this a tight
Let's
then, of
not
course,
let's not ride
like-
into the pikes.
Once you're
Yeah.
past them, of course, they can't do much. They're
Mhm.
way slower than you.
So
it's
what is the terrain? I guess is the question. Is this
so I think they are setting up in places where they have choke
Okay,
points,
they
right?
figured-
Like that's
yeah,
sort of
okay.
what this is, right? They are arranged in the choke points. So you're gonna have to go over them or through them. I think what you're saying is shooting them first is how you set yourself up to be successful and not just slaughtered.
yeah,
Right.
I can lead a shoot.
Cool.
All right, so
We should
you
do a
kind
group
of
action shoot.
square up on them and then
yeah,
ride into them. Is that the idea? Shoot them on the way.
Yeah, and I think the plan is probably try to basically blast a hole in the pike line and
Yep.
then ride straight through that.
and keep
Cool.
the fox in the middle of all of everybody else. So if
Yep.
someone
Right.
takes a pike, then it's not the
Right.
fox lady.
And then
Silver,
and then
whatever.
Pete's basically like those are the instructions, and then as soon as you get to the other side, ride hard. Like
yeah,
we're
just-
shooting.
Right.
They're gonna know.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
I have a question really quick. Tatsunika doesn't have a shoot, but she does, have this special ability when she charges into a terrible situation where she's outnumbered.
Yep.
Would it make sense to, instead of me joining in that, to charge and do like a different offensive against them?
Yeah, because if you don't have good shoot, then don't roll, because I can't take
Don't
that
join
much
in,
stress. Yeah, I can't take that much.
Okay.
I don't have the energy.
Here's another
ability.
question. Rage Venom, which grants potency. I'm imagining, Tatsunika has this Dream Moss situation going on, and I feel like it's maybe a gateway. And so maybe there's like a flashback where she's like, listen, things could get isn't there a rookie that has like a rage venom addiction, like a burgeoning one?
Yeah, it's Lena Theanin.
Theanin?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah, so maybe
knife game guy.
like in a flashback, Theanin's like, or Tatsunika's like, listen, Theanin, like I know you got some good stuff that like can really help out when shit gets hectic, and I think things are gonna get like really hectic. So can you give me some of that good
Oh yeah.
ragey V?
Oh, absolutely. I got what you need.
He has a very thick accent, Shane.
What does he have?
A very thick Semyati accent, right?
Which is the Semyati accent?
It's Russian.
It's a Russian.
Oh. Yes, I have what you need. Do not tell anybody, but I cannot get it from Quartermaster, so I get it from Slippery Peter.
Oh.
That's good to know that we have another connect in the
med kit.
They don't call it fine for nothing. Does that flashback cost me stress?
Do you have Rage Venom in your kit?
Like,
is that a thing that you normally take?
Oh,
I think it only comes in the
I
medic.
don't think so.
Yeah, it only comes.
I think it's a.
I took
it's
a medic
right
kit,
chemical
but
here.
is
It's
it in
one
the
of
medic
those.
kit? Because I did take one of those antiseptic slings.
No, I think-
I think
It's
it
a
only
special-
exists in the
Yeah. In,
like, the
alchemical
Azures.
bandolier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a one stress then. You're just
One
adding
stress,
that.
okay.
It's nada. All right, yeah, go
For
skirmish them.
Tatsunika, one stress is nothing.
She's about to recoup it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. So let's get this shoot going.
Yeah, so it's going to be Slippery Peter and the rookies, right?
Yeah,
Jump
and
in on
Leonin's
this.
leading this one.
Yeah, I'll lead.
Cool. All right. Pete closes one eye to take aim, and then realizes he's closing the wrong eye because he's only got the one eye right now. So
Are we still in
Opens it up
controlled? Because you didn't.
I think you're in
we
controlled
didn't, we
for
didn't,
this one.
Yeah, you said it was a complication,
for
not
the
loss
shoot.
of position. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think when you charge, you're no longer going to be in controlled.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think this is, yeah.
Standard, yeah?
Yep.
All right, here we go. 6 for Leonin.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay. So you guys,
So,
I think you match scale. And most of you are soldiers or, yeah, because the Bartans or sorry, not, yeah.
the
soldiers
rookie's
are,
going to roll
rookies.
And
Is it
Peter?
Oh yeah, and Peter should roll too.
Yeah,
right?
everybody's just doing a roll.
And Pete
roll
got a 2.
Pete got a 2? Okay. Well, rookie's got a 6. So that's
Rookie's got a 6.
only one stress.
One stress.
I'm on fire.
Yeah. And do our 2 6s become a crit, or is that? I think that's an officer. thing,
Only
right?
only
yeah,
with
it's only-
the officer.
Yeah,
Right.
that's so cool. Oh, officer,
Um,
don't die, Ananika. Come back super traumatized, but don't die.
Yeah, we'll see.
No promises.
No promises.
So I think standard effect is 2. So I think you've definitely put a dent in them. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's 3 because they are you. This is basically like you guys riding towards them and just like not just one shot, right? Like this is you guys are shooting, reloading, continuing to ride, shooting, and just like gunning them down, right? Thinning their ranks. And you see like a few of them are kind of like dropping pikes to shoot back, sort of forcing you to, not hang out all day, like gunning them down. And that's kind of maybe making them slightly less effective than they would be otherwise, as you're trying to get through them. But yeah, you're having the intended effect, right? Like you are creating this opportunity for you. Especially because you're able to kind of focus your fire on sort of maybe the flank, right, where they won't all be able to bring pikes to bear on you. But let's do it. Like let's get this maneuver going. So Sally, I know
Cool.
Tatsunika will be leading this as the first one into the breach.
Yes. Okay. So is anyone else coming? No, I guess it's just me because everyone just shot. Well, I guess people can come if.
Well, so I think your ability requires you to go alone.
Oh,
so while
right. True,
everybody
true,
is
true.
lining up the shot, like you are the one who is keeping them all from just grabbing their rifles and shooting you, right?
Right. Okay.
Because like they have to worry about this mad horseman who is charging directly at them.
Okay, cool. So did you say we're in controlled position or is that changed now?
I think you are in risky position.
I'm in right, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that checks
yeah.
out.
I like this. Like Tatanika rides out, charges the line of pikes, and they're all like, "Okay, we'll just ready our pikes, idiot!" And then suddenly, like, the lead slams into them.
Yeah, exactly. Like your move here is to kind of keep them holding pikes instead of shooting back.
Cool. All right. So I will charge forward.
Nice.
What do we get?
A 2 and a 5.
Okay, partial success. So I think, yeah, you're going to like literally slam into one, which will boxes. Oh, actually, it takes 1 box because you're alone. Sorry.
That's with your extra die, right, Sally?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I had 1 and then I got that. I could have pushed myself, but I'm getting dangerously close to traumaing out.
Yeah.
And I think.
Oh, and the rage venom. So if the potency does the thing.
Potency. Okay, cool. Okay, so then that's the extra tick, which is great. That means any success on the next one should get you through, which is about the position you want to be in. However, you are risky. They are still a large group of pikemen at the point where you are charging into them.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be standard level 2. You are a threat 2. They are threat 2. And they have scale, so it's going to be level 3 harm.
Oof. Okay.
Do you have any armor left, or?
Let's see. I did fine heavy armor, and I've used 2. Do I have a shield?
You choose your
Use a
normal
heavy weapon.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh no, she uses a saber, so she should have a shield.
Yeah, that was the thing for sure.
Yeah, but I could have chosen a heavy. I think I said I took a heavy weapon.
I think you said heavy weapon too.
Oh.
But does that give you additional potency or something? Because it's a fine heavy weapon.
So taking the heavy weapon keeps you threat 2, even though it's not fine.
Oh.
No, it's a fine heavy. It's either a fine heavy weapon or a fine shield. But I'm pretty sure that
I think you said you took the weapon.
We established
last
I
time,
took
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think we couldn't figure out what exactly you get from the heavy weapon, except maybe reach.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
Definitely
was it. It was reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
Which
we
is
were
a
ruling that.
abstract kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
but
against
anyway, the
pikes,
point is I'm out of armor.
Okay.
But I could
take the level 3.
Yeah, that's
can't
fine.
I-
You can roll to resist.
Let your horse die.
Or
Does grit? What does grit do?
what is it?
Oh, nice. Resist. You're a fucking soldier.
Grit is.
You get an extra
It doesn't
die on
add a
on
die,
a resist,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
That sounds
You
right.
spend it to add 2d to a resist roll.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So if I spend it, and it's a prowess resist, or no? Is it?
So this one I think is going to be prowess because
You should be
this is maintaining your horse.
a monster at that.
Right.
Can I still use grit even though it's under insight?
Yeah, you spend it. It's like a
Oh
like
yeah,
a
you
resource.
just spend the grit.
Oh, it's a different. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Oh, you're gonna come
So I'll
out of
do
this clearing some stress.
I am.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of dice, I'm sure.
I have a +1. I know it's to resolve resist. Okay. So I have 1 bonus die. So that's 3 dice. That's not too bad.
No, you get 2 bonus dice.
You get
Oh, that's good because I just rolled terribly.
Yeah. Add 1.
Shit. Sorry to be a complete menace, but how do I roll a single die now?
do
Roll
/R
/ roll d6.
Yeah.
/ roll d6.
Hey.
A 5.
Okay.
fine.
Cool. So you will take
God.
1 stress.
Okay.
I don't know what is your stress at?
4.
Okay.
You cleared the one from charging, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
if we get out of this, she should cook us some food.
That's so true. Yeah,
have
she's
time.
It's a celebratory
Yeah.
fox meal.
no one has to know.
You're gonna get struck by lightning. Piece of moon is gonna fall on your head.
The moon's
okay,
it is broken.
cool.
So
So then that brings the harm down to level 2.
nice.
Okay.
Impaled
So-
or
Yeah, let's go. Impaled.
Just
that sounds good.
A light impaling.
light impalements. Yeah. Vlad would not beat down with this.
Okay, and that means all right, so that's my second level 2 harm, but that's
That's fine.
I'm
That you just mark that box as well
okay.
next to it.
Right. Got it. Sweet.
Okay, cool. So Amber,
Yes. Hello.
you, or Ananika rather, is leading the decoy group.
Mhm.
You are so far, everybody, including the injured, are maintaining pace. The cavalry behind you, led by Ake, are chasing you down and making a little bit of ground on you, but actually not too bad. They are still pretty far behind you. And then you hear gunshots off in the distance. And you hear the gunshots, which means you know for sure that they heard the gunshots. And when you turn around, there is some type of confusion behind you. And then kind of very quickly, the group behind you splits.
Oh.
Oh, they are taking my strategies. No. Okay. Who goes off? Not does Ake go that way, or does he still with the other group that's chasing us?
Ake is sticking with you.
And how many went back?
Let's say half of them. So they're now like a medium-sized group with Ake. Still certainly enough to be a problem.
Can I do some quick mental math and think they'll be like, with how much distance we've covered and hoping that they're still getting through and going, it'll take them a long time to catch up with the real group? Does that question make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think you're not sure.
Okay.
It's gonna be tight, right? Basically, like, you don't know why there was shooting, but you know if it becomes a pitched battle, then they will get caught by the cavalry.
Okay. All right. Knowing that, Ananika, her plan now is to continue forward like nothing's changed. But she wants to drop the caltrops here.
Okay. Cool.
To see if she can take out or at least hurt some of the pursuers before she turns around and
Sure.
starts fighting. Yeah.
Sure. That's smart, because all you really need to do is unhorse some of them.
Yeah.
And then you should be safe.
Yep. Sorry, dark horses.
They didn't choose corruption. Corruption chose them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is. Tell me which action you want to use for this, but I feel like maneuver might be a good one.
Yeah, a maneuver, and I want to be able to spread them out, so I kind of want to do it as a group action. Scary
so
to think.
Do you want to
but-
kind of stop and actually set this more in a?
I don't want to be suspicious at all. Like, I'm
Okay.
trying to do this in a way where it doesn't look like we are planting a trap, because they can see us.
Right.
So I don't want them to be like, oh, what did they stop for?
Okay. Well, so you know that it's important then for the riders in the back to be the one dropping the caltrops.
Yeah, I know.
Or else you'll
Yes.
drop them and run over them
Yes.
yourself. Right.
I'm
So-
assuming that I had whoever was in the back
Totally.
would have gotten the caltrops.
Yep.
And then it's Operation Stop That Clop.
Yep.
All right. This is what we're gonna drop these caltrops.
It will be
Trying to
written in
keep
the
a straight face,
annals
but that was
if
really
you
good.
live. If you live, you're an officer.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make your own operation names.
Yes.
I hope the
Mal
entire
would
time
be
we were fighting the
proud
pikemen,
somewhere.
You were trying to come up with that.
That came to me quite naturally for some reason. All right.
So
What would you like for me to do?
Well, I feel like This is either maneuver or martial.
I think I'm a martial.
Okay, cool. I don't think you get like the bonus die for maneuver from being on horses, but I
Okay.
think for martial, I think you're okay.
And then since I'm leading
Oh,
a group
yeah.
action,
I forgot about that.
I get the extra die
Okay.
to martial. Okay. Drop them caltrops. Submit. 5, 5.
Okay.
And then 3.
And the 3.
But
So you take 1 stress.
at most 1 stress. Okay.
Yep.
It's not looking good. I have 1 less stress box. 1 last one. Okay.
So what I like about caltrops here is that it's going to be a problem. So Ake is riding with his knights. They've split. I think you guys are. I think for the most part they are still threat 2. And I think with caltrops having potency against horses. Whoops. I'm going to say that this ticks 2 boxes on Ake.
Nice.
Not that you're harming Ake in any meaningful way, but like his group, right, is being whittled away. And Ake by himself is far easier for you to deal with and sort of outmaneuver than Ake and 5 other sets of eyes, right? So you are like, you can hear, or you kind of like look behind you and see like a few of them have fallen off pace, right? Their horses are injured and they're not able to keep up pace. They're probably out of this entire fight. And in fact, you see one of them sort of, his horse comes up lame, and he is thrown from the saddle, like sort of leaping out before the injured horse falls over. Another one is able to kind of stop the horse, but yeah, this is those poor ponies.
You got to do what you got to do.
But still bearing down on you is, of course,
Yeah.
the bare-chested, massive, cinder-blooded menace, the Heartless Ake.
Okay.
What's the next trick up your sleeve?
So the next thing is now we're going to, if it's just him and maybe like a couple others.
Yeah, it's like him and 2 other riders.
We're gonna arc back around to now face them.
Okay.
And I want to shoot into them.
Okay.
So maybe not, if we hit Ake, great, but I'm just trying to make it so, like, by the time I get back to hopefully the other group, all we have is him, potentially.
Cool.
But if I can do damage, it's great.
Yep, awesome.
Okay.
So you're going to lead the group in a shoot?
Yes.
Sounds like what you're doing. Cool.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's fine. Spend that stress.
I have 1 stress box left.
Oof.
Oh no.
But roll good shoot.
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oh, you only take 1 stress.
Okay,
That's the
but
good
I
news.
filled.
The bad news is this maneuver does not go as anticipated, and this is going to be painful.
Resist.
So he is threat 3. He has 1 scale. Oh, no, he doesn't have scale on you, actually, which I guess is helpful in this particular moment.
Okay, good.
So, but he, and then it's, standard is 2. So he's got, I think, +2. So it's going to be level 4 harm coming at the group.
At the group.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to resist.
I mean, you can protect them and just take it all on yourself, right? Or you can resist to try and reduce it and sacrifice some rookies.
Sacrifice the rookie. Sacrifice the rookie.
Yeah.
If you take it all on yourself, then you die, and then he kills the rookies.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. That's
yeah, it's not
So
good.
do you have armor?
I
You should have really nice armor, right?
yeah, I don't know why I'm
don't know
not
if it was
saying my
spent.
heavy. So I have fine heavy armor. I don't think I spent it yet. Nope, I haven't spent anything.
Oh, nice.
And you should probably have a shield, right?
Yes, I do have a shield. So that takes. I use both of those. What's that take me down to?
That'll be
1.
Okay.
For
Right, two ticks on the armor and then shield.
right.
Yep.
Okay, that's for you.
Yes. I don't know how to. How can I help the group at all? Can
So
I?
the way to help the group is to resist the outcome, which
Okay.
is just your resist roll, right? So
Okay.
you can reduce it from level 4 to level
Okay.
3, which is basically saving one member of the squad.
But you'll trauma out probably.
I'm already at full stress.
Well, you could roll 6 or
You
6s.
could. What is this?
I-
Are
How
there
many
group-
ticks
Well-
do you have in the resist?
Which one? What do you want me to use
that's
this
right.
with?
So I think this one is not prowess specifically. I think this is either insight or it's resolve, right?
Resolve,
Because it's
please,
either
yeah.
weathering the storm of like this attack,
Mhm.
and like standing and delivering shots even in the face of them bearing down on you.
Yep.
Or it's insight to like at the last minute like pull something out of your ass to save somebody. You know?
I think it's gonna just be resolve because
Okay.
that's I've got 3 dots in resolve.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Do you have any bonus from your other traits?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately. All right.
You're not a stubborn Zamyati by chance?
Mm.
I
She's
am
a loyal
tough,
somebody.
loyal and tough.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Gah.
Mm.
2, 3, 4.
All right, that's 2 stress. So you're
Trauma,
gonna
trauma.
Trauma.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Pick now? Pick later.
I think we should pick now because I think this is kind of the sort of foundational moment here, right?
Hmm.
This is where Ananika's command is
Maybe
truly tested.
obsessed.
Are you obsessed
Like,
with this choice?
I think it's
Ooh.
like this whole mission has been like, am I doing like the tiny seeds of like I've always been good in battle, but like for whatever reason this time this mission has been like making Ananika feel like kind of doubting herself. I think she's become obsessed with like I don't know. I just think she's
Well, let me ask: is that obsessed or is that haunted, or is the outcome of this like paying the cost in blood is making Ananika soft?
maybe it's making her soft.
Because I could see
She'll make
any
to-
of those make sense.
Or
I think I'm gonna go soft.
vicious.
I know. I'm gonna go soft because I think one is she's getting older, and again dealing with Tatanika, and also just for story wise, I would like to see Tatanika bully Ananika.
Nice.
It's also an interesting turn for Ananika because she has this like old battle axe.
She's old
thing.
battle axe.
Yeah, and I think it's just like too much death, like
Yeah.
just too much.
And
Okay.
I think this is the first time that Ananika has faced a. Oh no, it's the second time you faced an infamous.
Yeah,
But this time was on much less even footing.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I love it. I think that's great.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Cool. So let's cut back to our friends over at the pike line.
Also, Amber, glass half full. Now your stress is cleared.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
It's a great thing about trauma.
I think strictly speaking, you're out of the scene.
Eh,
Details.
someone has to start babysitting me.
Right. Okay, so let's cut back over to the real group at the pikemen. I believe you are at the point where you have taken your shots. Tatanika has charged in to create an opening, and it is about getting everybody through safely. It sounded like a maneuver, but maybe this is actually a skirmishing your way through this line.
Did you say that we have an extra die maneuver because we're on horseback?
You do if it applies, and I think in this case it could. Actually, I take it back because you're working against pikes, right? So I think that's going to neutralize that.
So would it be like a group skirmish?
I think that makes sense. Unless you want everyone to go, someone needs to lead the rookies. We'll start with that. But
Right.
otherwise, I mean, you guys can go individually as well.
Hmm.
But group feels like the right thing here. Just in the fiction.
Pete's got no skirmish, so he won't join in on that.
I
I have one.
have two. Tatsunika. I have two, so Tatsunika can lead.
Well, it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter
they're-
who leads. The person who leads takes the stress. That's all.
They're all messed up.
Oh,
Can't
right.
we just hit them once and kill them?
I don't think it. I think you've got to.
Okay.
You can't just swing it one and they all die.
Mm.
Like,
So the
like you
person
need
who-
you need the
We
group
could
for
volley
scale.
again.
Yeah.
We
You need
we
the
do
group
a
for
we
scale
could
to
do a
I
group
was
actually
gonna
shoot
say,
again.
can I shoot them again?
I don't. I will let you do that.
Hmm.
But you are probably sacrificing Tatsunika in the process.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm. No. All right, fine. Tatsunika
yeah, you're right.
lead- lead
Close
skirmish.
close up shooting is also skirmish, so that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think
Right.
So I'll jump in on
Uh,
that, and then the rookies will jump in. They have one in skirmish, right?
Yep.
Okay, then Pete will do his own thing because he's just going to weigh down the skirmish roll.
Nice, good job, Pete. Doing your own thing. Love it.
Leanne, do you where are you at stress wise?
I have one open box. No.
Okay. Oh wait, but I as a no longer a rookie, does that mean that I can take a second trauma?
Yeah.
Um,
Or wait, Game
Wait, I
Master.
think-
Not Tatsunika.
I think what we said for Tatsunika is she took her.
Okay,
stress
fine. Then I'll
early.
lead. I'll lead.
Leonin
Because
can
we,
take
like-
the
Yeah, I'll lead.
trauma.
I'll lead.
Yeah, because we took the
Mhm.
we took her first trauma as a
Right, right.
rookie, right?
Okay.
So we're not giving her an extra one.
Don't
It's just that she
don't jump in, Tatsunika. Just me and the
Okay.
rookies roll. Because that'll be
Well, I
enough,
can jump
right?
in. I just don't want to take the stress to lead is all.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
don't even do it this because that's a more possibility of me getting a stress.
But she's
Oh.
good.
Yeah,
She's
but I have two
good. All right, I only have one.
She's two.
Yeah, I
It
know.
actually reduces the chances of you taking stress.
Okay. I trust the math, and this is risky standard.
it is risky standard.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 3. Shane
A
rolled
1.
Ooh boy.
Tatsunika.
Well, is there a devil's bargain in the mix?
I would have to take it, and
Yeah, I think it would have
It's
been
a little late.
Leon's Devil's Bargain. I
oh,
think
because
so. Here's
it's... Okay, wait. Let me do my. But I'm still
well,
participating, right?
Hang on.
yeah.
Okay.
No, you're not, right? Because you weren't in on the group.
No, it said she was.
No, she was.
She was. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll then, Sally, and we'll see
And
what the outcome
please
is.
roll well.
Well, it doesn't
Okay.
matter now. You're
I'm gonna
traumatized
try.
anyway.
I'm not traumatized. I had one open box. Okay. Yes, 4.
4. Okay, cool. All right, so you'll take standard harm because this is again riding into the teeth. I think so normally it's everybody involved takes the harm. I think because you've been shooting at them, that's just going to stick to level 2. So everybody will take a level 2 harm who participated in this group.
Okay.
If you already have 2, does that mean it becomes a 3?
It gets upgraded to 3. Yep.
None of my boxes are
Hell,
ticked. I'm pretty sure I didn't fight last session. I'm trying to remember. Does that sound right? I
Yes.
probably would have ticked my stuff.
Let
if
me see
did.
what I have
So I
for
can
you.
spend 2 for me, and I'll spend 2 for the rookies, 1 for me. That way they don't
Yeah, I
take
have
any
no
harm.
wounds for you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so then you'll take
So
a
mine
level
goes
1
down to
harm.
1.
Hang on.
Oop.
You can't take so you can't spend armor to protect the rookies unless you have something that lets you do that.
I have a sheet. Oh, really?
You can resist.
Okay, cool.
Right? Like you can take the protect action,
Gotcha. What kind of resist is
which
this?
means you will suffer the consequence in their place. Right, so you will take the extra harm, whatever harm is left over,
Yeah.
if you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do
Okay,
this.
cool. So you're protecting them.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm protecting them, and also I would be taking harm.
Yep. So I think
So it becomes 4 for protecting them and mine, and then I'm reducing it 3.
right.
So it'll be
Okay,
1.
cool. So
Okay.
your level 1 harm will be stabbed.
Stabbed.
Sally, I think Tatanika's level 3 harm will be gut wound.
Ugh.
No big deal.
That's a major impalement, I believe,
Yeah.
versus the earlier
Impalement
minor
in the second degree.
Yes.
Um,
But we're through now, right? That's
but you succeeded.
Yes.
Yes. which buys enough space in the pike line. Oh my goodness. Buys enough space in the pike line to get through on horseback. So the whole group rides through, including the Bartans and the Panyar.
But not Pete.
But not Pete.
Mm-hmm.
So Pete still has this obstacle in front of him. This isn't because you haven't killed all the pikes. You have passed them, right? So how is Pete getting past the pikes?
So like there's this brave charge going on, right, where people are like cutting through the line and like sacrificing themselves and taking pikes in the side to like get everybody through.
Oh yeah, and to describe this, right, like Tatnika basically rode up to them and like fought on horseback with a lance, stabbing back at pikemen as the pikemen stabbed at her, right? Like she sat there and just like took all of the pikes towards her, and then was reinforced by Leonin riding up, like basically kind of making a tunnel, if you will, on either side, like drawing blades,
right,
while the rest rode through.
So that's quite a lot of mayhem.
Oh yes. You gonna try and sneak through? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly right.
Slip through.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Now, let me offer a devil's bargain.
Yes.
And you let me know how we feel about consequences. So Pete can see that like everyone's made it through. That's great. They'll probably be all right, but we also know that the pikemen have guns. So I think Pete would basically pull the flare gun, which still has 3 shots in it.
Yep.
Ride hard while nobody's looking, and then fire the flare gun basically just everywhere into the melee around the pikemen to basically give us a smoke screen so that when we all ride off, they can't like take pot shots at us as we're escaping.
Yep.
And also, I'm thinking a smoke screen so Pete can just be like, why not just I'll just pick my way through this.
So I love this. I think
and of course that'll use up the flare gun.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that. What skill or what action are you taking to use it?
I can do shoot. I could also do scout. Happy with either of those. Maybe scout actually, because we're not actually shooting the flare gun, right? Just kind of shooting it at the ground. Right, exactly.
It's about getting it in the right spot to cover.
Exactly. It's just basically shooting it at the ground.
Okay. All right. I can deal with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You can shoot all 3. So what's the benefit of a devil's bargain supposed to be?
You get an extra die or an effect or increased effect, and he'll take the extra die.
So I think that has to be the effect.
Oh, of the escape.
Right. To get the escape, I think that's what you're getting out of this, because you're not really like.
Right.
Yeah,
that works for me.
Yeah. I think that's the effect that you're getting is the escape, which is way increased, ignoring a whole squad. Right?
Sounds good. All right. Pete rides up behind everybody else, and is like riding on his horse, basically like a canter, and then just sort of like pulls out the flare gun and knows it doesn't actually do anything point blank. It's a flare gun, right? But just like pop, pikeman in the head. Doesn't hurt him at all, but you know, there's a blue flare, there's a red flare, and then just for good measure down the line a green flare, and then in the chaos rides hard. That's a 3 and a 5.
Okay. I love this, because you had to get like it's a flare gun, right? Like it's meant to hit the sky, not to hit people in the head. So you needed to be pretty close, right, to kind of sow the chaos that you needed.
You're not wrong.
So I think what happens in this scrum, like as you're plunking this off, is that you catch an errant bullet. And so I think
people are firing blindly into the smoke.
Yeah, exactly. And as you're riding through, right, you catch one sort of just in the like maybe in like the backside, right, something like a kidney area,
or the backside,
straight in the backside. You would have earned that. But anyway, so
what level harm is that?
You rolled
A 5.
risky, and it was the partial, so that would be harm. I don't think scale. I'm just going to do level 2 harm. So normally I think taking it from this group would have scale, and that would be higher. But I think like the benefit of the smoke is kind of reducing even the scale of that. So let's call it just level 2 harm.
Perfect. And with Panther-like Grace, that is reduced to level 1 harm because he is carrying no armor.
Okay.
And we will take shot in the butt.
But so we've got gut stabbed and butt shot.
Force
Guess it's better than being butt stabbed and gut shot.
It seems fitting. All right, and yeah, Pete rides hard to join everybody else, and just sits in the saddle and just sucks it up like nothing happened.
That leg was already numb anyway.
Yeah, I was easy.
All right, cool. Let's cut back, Amber.
Oh, hello.
You are accidentally in a knockdown drag out fight with on horseback with Ake.
Totally planned.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. So Ananika is still in, like, I can still do stuff with her even though she's traumatized now.
Oh
Yeah, I'm gonna let her finish out the scene.
Okay.
Okay.
This is kind of too good.
Yeah.
She may not remember all of it, but
Right, yeah. This
yeah. Aye. Because, like, right now, she just wants to get, like, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. This is really her. She's, like trying to make these decisions really fast right now and can't really figure out.
So I think you're at traumatized out. Like you're kind of trying to avoid party wipe at this point, right? So you're looking like Ananika is just looking for whatever out gets some of her troops out alive, right?
Yeah.
you've got devil's bargains you can throw in the mix.
Yeah, I think that's the answer, right? Is let's do a devil's bargain that secures some safety in exchange for some cost.
Yeah. I guess.
I have an idea.
Yeah, please, I'm open to it because, like,
loss.
right now it's like because I'm also trying to use like what she has. She does not have very much insights, and her channels is the only thing I could probably use again to get something.
Okay, so actually that's great.
Okay.
Here's my suggestion.
Okay.
Perhaps through channels you have requisitioned something like a blunderbuss.
Okay.
Right? The kind of thing that you have to be right next to him to get full effect on.
Okay.
But makes you confident that you can, if not severely hurt Ake, at the very least wound his horse.
Yeah.
Right? Unhorse him or something so that you can get away.
Yeah.
And the devil's bargain is going to be level 3 harm, just straight up at you.
Okay. That's fine. I will probably take that because I was definitely thinking something where she would pull away from the group and go face him head on, and was kind of trying not to do sacrificial, but like, let's do something. Okay, so that sounds good to me.
Yeah, because I think you still have scale, right? So Ake is not exactly in a position where he has won this fight.
Yeah.
I think if you can just tip the odds a little bit,
Okay.
But you're gonna have to face him head on for at least one pass.
Sure.
And he is a skilled horseman, obviously.
Okay, so I'll roll channels. I got a 6.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, so you have a fine quality blunderbuss.
And so she'll.
Wait, who did you get that from?
Oh God, good question. Who in camp?
Slippery Peter.
Yeah, it has to be Slippery Peter in his or
It's
Ash,
not a
or-
military weapon, really.
I mean,
Or
yeah,
blunderbuss.
Ash can
Ash.
also get you what you want.
I think I would go to Ash.
Okay. I like this. I'm willing. I-Hsien, tell me if this is an Ash move, but I feel like Ash probably gambles a bit. as part of his like consorting,
and probably purposefully loses sometimes.
Yeah. But in this case, he won it off one of the sailors on the ships that took you between Westlake and Eastlake, right? Because the blunderbuss is more of a ship weapon, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. So yeah, I definitely Ananika went to Ash and was like, I need something strong and powerful potentially in this mission, and yeah, Ash.
And he was like, "Great, how about a cannon?"
Can you strap it to a horse?
I think Leonid's
Leonid perks up when he hears that.
Not yet. You're gonna have to stay real close.
Nope. I need something that I can hold.
Well, barring that, I've got some options for you.
All right, cool. All right. So Ananika will motion to her group, continue forward, and then she'll veer off and going right at Ake.
Okay.
And I guess I'm rolling shoot.
So I think technically you're supposed to roll regardless, but I kind of feel like the whole point of the Devil's Bargain is actually to avoid that roll.
Okay.
Right? Like it's the consort gets you, or Channel's got you the weapon, and then I think the Devil's Bargain is just giving you the success, and you're paying a steep cost. I mean, level 3 harm is
and I already FYI, I already have a level 3 harm, head trauma. So what happens?
You die.
I die.
Yeah, so you should resist that.
I'm gonna hold my head together as I all right, whatever. She doesn't care anymore. Let's do this.
Yeah. What happens when you put a blunderbuss right up against someone's chest and shoot?
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'm doing it. I'll resist. I'll try and resist the level 3 harm. So what do you want me to resist with? Resolve?
You got a full bar of stress now. Definitely.
Oh,
be
yeah.
Okay. You traumed out. It clears.
Yeah, so it clears your stress. You tell me. How are you? I think resolve makes sense.
Yeah, I think she's like gritting her teeth, kind of like just holding herself together.
It's like I'm imagining this almost like a joust, right? Where like you're gonna get hit.
Yeah,
and it's just about maintaining your focus to take the shot when you have it.
And going limp.
Oh,
just go limp. Just don't brace for impact. Just go limp.
Yes, perfect. Cool. And Heath Ledger makes his long-awaited debut.
Yeah, thong him.
All right, I'm rolling resolve.
Cool.
Hey.
All right.
Perfect.
Wow.
Okay, so no stress for that resistance. You do take level 2 harm, which is
Does it explode?
Does what explode?
The blunderbuss.
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that would be good.
Bought it from a seedy sailor? Maybe.
I like fine quality for a blunderbuss.
Well, it's also right up against the Heartless. So
yeah. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let that be shrapnel.
Okay. Looking good, Ananika.
And I think give me a shoot. Give me a shoot roll. What is it? Not an action, but just the luck version of
fortune roll.
A fortune roll. Yeah. Let's just see what the effect is.
Okay.
Like we know what the outcome is, but let's see how it's delivered.
6.
Okay, cool. This is perfect. So you put it right up against. You managed to get it in, like basically over the hole in his chest where the heart is, right? And you're pretty sure, like you're so close, you've got the barrel in his chest.
Yeah.
You pull the trigger, and like it sends him back like wuxia film style, like out of the saddle, like flying backwards, like it damn near knocks you out of your saddle as well, like this massive hand cannon, right? And you see, like the last thing you see as you just kind of like start to lose consciousness and are just like running on reflex, right? And just following like your own troops at this point, is you see him like rolled out of the saddle onto the ground, like looks like he would be out cold or dead, right? Lance goes flying, like kind of in a heap, and you kind of glance over a shoulder behind you, and you see him just sort of sit up, like gaping chest wound, right? Which he has normally, but this is a fresh one. And like this black ichor, the cinder blood is like oozing from it. Like you see it, right? There's even like a little bit of like still cinders themselves from the shot, that haven't, like, the powder itself hasn't fully even burned off in his chest, as he kind of sits up and just fixes you with the stare, which is rather unnerving. But he ultimately does not get back up, or at least does not get back on a horse.
Right. I think as Ananika's like riding away and she's kind of slumping on her horse, she's staring back. And usually she has like this hard stare. It's not as hard anymore, but she does manage to spit in his direction.
Nice.
I add a tick to Ananika, and make that ache rivalry. Or sorry, not a tick. Add a clock. A 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Got it.
Cool. And it is 9 o'clock, so I feel like this is a good place to call the mission. You guys were able to get through, like, so you split that group of horsemen, and I think you made your way through the pikemen fast enough that they aren't able to really mount a real chase. You're able to give them the slip. The groups do reunite, maybe a mile up the trail, and you are able to slip back across the lines and to the relative safety of East Lake. So does it feel like a victory yet? How many rookies died?
Didn't only one die? The one with Ananika?
Just the one that Tatanika killed.
And the one, well, but didn't one die with, because wasn't Ananika only able to protect all but one?
Oh yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I think Ananika lost 2 rookies too, right?
Yeah.
Or 3,
2 or 1?
3,
I thought just 1.
I thought I can't remember.
Was it? Oh, that's right. Hang on. No. It's the other way around. You saved 1 rookie by resisting.
Ooh. Yikes.
Because it was going to kill the whole squad.
I'm
Okay.
for the banner.
So when I said I waved to my group, it's because Ananika had double vision. Her head trauma was like.
Wait, so which
guys.
one's left alive?
Yeah, do
which
you want to decide?
I can't see them. I don't have the.
Oh.
Freya? Was
Do you want
she
me
there?
to pick 2 rookies?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, that's right.
How about Leovel Firehair? How about Clarina Danievich and Prinkips Ameta Albrecht?
Yeah, they both sound like losers.
Wait, didn't Prinkips die last time?
No,
That's
that
a
was
different
Viscount.
Prinkips.
Oh,
True.
you're right. Sorry.
Oh, Viscount, yeah.
Viscount, yeah.
Okay. R.I.P. Clarina, 19-year-old student from Xenia.
Oh, no.
And Prinkips, a 29-year-old. Oh, he's the one who helped Azure carry the box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Well, R.I.P. Thank you for your heroism.
It's a good death.
All right.
Killed by
It's a
Heartless.
Killed by Heartless.
Okay. So why don't we
Yeah, I should
take
write that,
like a
actually.
quick break, and then we'll come back
Yes.
and sort all of this out.
Back
Okay,
at
cool.
9:15.
Yeah, let's do 9:15. So
Okay.
7 minutes.
Yeah. Bye. Hello, we're back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, I think before the mission completed, we did take a break to cook a home cooked meal.
Oh, what a guy. What a
Yeah.
GM. What a nice guy.
Go ahead and clear one stress, I suppose. And then let's do XP, and I feel like there's probably a decent amount of it.
Yes.
So who's got their sheet up and ready to go?
All right, I'll go quickly. Survive the mission. Yes. Help squad through stealth or foresight. brought into play heritage or trauma. Pete is both vengeful. Didn't sway, but he is vengeful. And per highest threat, is that different with the two sides, the two teams?
No, whatever. Just 3.
Boom, boom, boom. 6 for Pete.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Leonin, did you survive the mission? Yes. Did you help your squad through courage or determination? Yes.
Wait, did you?
I shot people. Okay, fine. Courage or determination.
Didn't you lead some
that's
group
right.
actions?
I led a group action to shoot at the end.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll allow it.
Will you accept that? Okay. If you brought into play your heritage or trauma, I do love horse now, and I utilized my horse.
I do love horse.
I do love horse. Okay.
Tatsunika actually cooked horse.
Oh no!
So then no
I'm-
XP.
No XP. Oh no.
No,
I'm
but
tough.
yeah, no.
Also, and I sure did take a bunch of beatings for. I got
Yeah,
very
no.
piked.
I think you're fine.
All right. Cool. And highest threat was 3, so 6 for Leonin as well.
Cool.
Okay. Survived the mission. Helped your squad through courage or determination. Brought into play your heritage or trauma. Ooh, 2 of you did both. My heritage is Zemyadi.
What
She's
are
a
her
pretty
traits?
tough broad. Tough and stubborn.
Yeah.
Definitely stubborn.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
And then what was your trauma? Is reckless?
yeah.
I think you get both.
Sweet.
You can't play Tatsunika without being stubborn and reckless.
It's so true.
No trauma gets played harder than that.
And it was highest threat was 3.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7.
Wow.
Dang.
Sweet.
I wish
Okay.
I had a trauma.
I just got one. Okay, survive the mission, help squad through enforcing discipline or strategic planning, brought to play your heritage or trauma,
Which heritage did you bring into play?
loyal. I think we're tough. Yeah, I mean, I put myself in front of everybody else essentially.
Yep. I like it.
And then 3, so that's 6.
Cool.
Woo!
All right. So XP is divvied up. Did anybody advance?
Yes.
Ooh, slippery Peter.
Special ability or
Both
an action?
insight and prowess clocks.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I ticked Tatsunika's prowess. I give her 1 in rec because she needs
Mhm.
2 1 dot in rec to qualify for officer and heavy.
Nice.
I'm gonna bump the insight on Leonin and give him another point in maybe a point in research, since we seem to be as a company not so hot on that.
Is that Leonin's deal though?
Maybe
Research
rig,
versus-
since
Rig
he has
is-
now built this weird contraption.
Oh yeah.
I
I
think
like that.
that can kind of be more his thing. As now he wants to try and make things.
Because you're trying to build the
The
M1,
ultimate,
A1
the ultimate
Abrams.
warhorse.
Uh-huh.
shoot.
Wait, no, say it again because I talked over you.
The M1A1 Abrams.
Yay! That's worth saying twice.
I just realized that we were supposed to do something to see if Tatsunika attacked an ally on the Rage Venom, and I forgot.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you had any allies to attack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I think at the
Perfect.
point where you popped the Rage Venom, you attacked everything in sight, and it attacked back.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, no, I caught that. I think
You did.
I
Okay.
think it was
Okay.
fine.
Cool. Because I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, downsides. Why not? Okay, so I think we're good on XP. So then we should move on to the secondary mission engagement, which, if you guys recall, was Operation Crimson Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
That was refugees following. The Anointed, the city council, permitted refugees that were fleeing from the Battle of Ettenmark a few temporary shrines on the outskirts of the city. There was the converted stable called the Temple of Her Blessed Sacrifice, full of wounded soldiers that needed evacuation. You were detailing troops to go hold the line, protect them while the priestesses were evacuating those wounded. And in exchange, the rewards are a mercy in your service. So let's roll that engagement roll. This
Okay.
was, I think we had assigned Azure and the Star Vipers, and we spent intel.
Cool. Okay. So are all on the mission oath sworn to the Legion?
Yes.
Did the commander spend intel? Yes. Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier?
Nope.
No. Does any legionnaire distrust the leadership or not fear them enough to obey orders in the battlefield?
Nope.
Are required specialists or equipment not on the mission?
No.
Okay, this is religious, right?
Yes.
Did the quartermaster send religious supplies to ward and protect the legionnaires?
She famously has none.
Right. Is any legionnaire starting with blight?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 dice. And that is
Hey,
A 6.
6.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Nice.
clap.
That's huge,
Whew.
actually.
Hell yeah.
That's good enough that I have to go look up the outcome.
It's right here.
We succeed. All specialists take level 1 harm, and you may choose to lose 2 squad members to promote a rookie to soldier.
Now would be the time to do it because
We
we're
just-
going to use the banner anyway.
And we just got a bunch of people too.
Let me...
Oh, the
That would give us a lot of We'll be rich with soldiers. Very exciting.
Well, actually, how many
Oh yeah,
how many morale hits are we already taking?
3.
So you've lost 3. So
Oh,
you-
so
So
that's
this is
fine.
perfect.
Do it
This
right.
is the
Yeah.
Yep.
perfect banner usage.
So 2 Star Vipers die, but you promote 1.
If we can choose to, lose 2 squad members to promote a rookie to soldier.
Let's. I feel like we don't have any Panyar. Let's promote a soldier, a Panyar soldier. Are there any in the Star Vipers?
We don't have any named rookies in Star Vipers.
Oh,
Well, we
okay.
do, but they're dead. So we have 3 rookies. We have 5. We have 5 rookies. A couple came over from the Grinning Ravens.
Cool.
Yep.
Any Panyar within them?
Well, they're as yet unassigned, so
Yeah, they're
we'll need
unassigned.
to- we'll need to go ahead and create one. But I agree. I think we should do a
I
Panyar
think
soldier.
It would give us some
All right,
balance.
so I'm gonna kill these 2.
We're dead.
Goodbye.
Die nameless. Ooh, wow, what a thing to say to
Hardly.
someone.
I am rookie. No. Okay, and then upon your soldier, you say.
Yeah, I think that's a good little balance. I don't think we have any Panyar
Okay.
who have made it out yet. Also, I think Star Vipers, given that they deal with like alchemy and the supernatural, like Panyar, I feel like a good fit for that.
Make them a marked Panyar.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right. We have 2 specialists, but we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just writing some placeholder.
We haven't
notes that
seen
we can
Red
deal with
Raging
them.
in a while. Keep putting Red
Yeah,
Raging on secondaries.
she's been hurt for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's Susie, are you Susie? Sorry, Sally. Are
like
you ready
that.
to?
Please call me Susie.
we have Susie in our home group. So
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
yeah.
Feel better now.
Are we ready to look at all of the command staff sheets so we can update the results of the missions there because we've got rewards and penalties to
All of
divvy
the
up.
what sheets? Sorry.
The command staff, the campaign phase sheets.
Yes.
Okay, because we got to make sure we're recording all the morale change and all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
Um,
So we lost total 5
Yeah.
between the 2 missions, right? 5 rookies.
Yes.
And we're gonna use the banner. Is that right?
Yes. That's our second use of the banner or third use?
That'd be our
forget.
second use.
Second. So
Second
we got
use.
one more.
Yeah.
Okay. So there will
I'm
be
marking
no
that.
morale loss from dead dead legionnaires.
Okay.
So the rewards from the primary mission were +2 morale,
Nice.
which I think takes us back to full, right?
We're at 10.
Okay. And then the bigger deal is 4 soldiers and 1 Bartan Corporal
Ooh.
by the name of Ria Kadashi. We'll have to sort out these sheets kind of afterwards,
Cool.
but she also has +2 actions and +1 special ability, so she's actually a pretty leveled up soldier.
Nice.
She could be a good candidate to advance to specialist too.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, before we assign all of her dots, can we, offline talk about what we want her to be positioned for?
We can do that
Officer.
also with the Panyar soldier that we're creating.
Cool, cool.
Okay. Then on mission 2, there was a penalty. That was the route recon for reconning the road to Fort Jalisco. The penalty for failing that was 1 death. So that will net out the morale difference there with your previous mission, but you will have to kill 1 more rookie.
Right. Okay.
And then the reward for Operation Crimson Thorn was a fine asset mercy.
Nice.
So tick that box, Amber.
Yep, got it.
Can I just ask a question really quick? For that mission, that's the one that we auto fail, right, Shane?
Yes.
We didn't assign a squad, right? So do I just choose any rookie from any squad?
Yeah, I would choose a rookie. Yeah, any rookie from any squad.
Cool.
Because that could have happened at a different point in time, right? Like this mission team could have gotten back and then one of them died. So you could take it from any squad.
Cool. Running low on rookies.
No, we just got soldiers.
We
Yeah,
got a lot of
that's
soldiers. You could now conceivably have a squad full of soldiers
Mhm.
and
It's
actually
true.
get that bonus on missions.
Nice.
It's a long time. A lot of people had to die for that.
Yeah, let's never send them out unless Red Raging's there, because it's a very expensive, level 3 harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, cool. So let's do some back at camp scenes, because I think this is a pretty big deal to any Panyar in the Legion.
Oh yeah.
But let's pick this up as you are kind of arriving back in camp. On Anika, for sure. But riding in with these. I regret to inform you that only one of the Panyar has made it. The man, the bodyguard, Silver Standing Glade, did not survive.
Of course. He was ready. He was ready.
Yeah. He made the ride, made it through the battle, but couldn't make it the whole way. But
You
Silver
don't want to
Whispering
date somebody
Wind,
with the same first name.
I don't think they were dating.
Yeah,
But
you don't want to hang out too much with someone with the same first name. Write your Tumblr. I won't stop. Arun didn't tell anybody, but he was like, "Ooh, glad that other Arun died." Okay. So anyway, so Silver Whispering Wind is riding in. I think the Star Fox is back in the satchel that she had it in originally, but she's riding into camp, and you're missing a few rookies on the mission, but overall it was successful. And what do you do with this information as you guys ride back in?
Take it to Ash, the Panyar and the command staff. Because I don't know what this is. I know that Greymane doesn't know what this is. And maybe Mal knows, but...
So I think this is Ananika's show.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So Ananika will decide what to do, but I think that makes a lot of sense, and you guys should all play different Panyar in the Legion. because I think we
Okay.
have enough of them.
Yeah.
So Ishin,
So
if you want to play Ash, but Rudy and Sally, you guys should pick like probably Red Raging and Azure, right?
Sure.
Cool.
I'll be Azure.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it's riding back into camp. Anika is so out of it, right? Like she's hurt and she's, experiencing this trauma, this weight of like this mission was just very difficult for her. And I think she'll motion to Silver and I think she was gonna go right to the command staff essentially.
Okay.
Because like this is something so out of everyone's knowledge, we don't know what to do with it and we don't know what its power is. So Silver, come with me, and then we'll walk into the command tent and she'll go to who's it, Greymane is there. Is somebody going to be doing debriefing with the mission?
Oh yeah, is that SOP? Probably. Mal probably.
Yeah, probably Greymane.
Greymane or Mal?
Though I mean, would Ananika go straight to Greymane, or would she go to Ash first? Like
Right, 'cause,
knowing what you know about the result, right?
Command
like,
staff is not necessarily meeting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Let's go to Ash Panyar. So, Ash, on this mission, it was much more than just rescue Bartan Corporal. There was something much larger happening. Silver, come here. Show what's in your satchel.
She comes with you, and she also brings Sapphire. Like Sapphire has kind of taken up the bodyguard role now that Silver Standing Glade has died. And he kind of encourages her to step forward, and she opens the satchel, and Ash, you see the night sky inside it. And I think Ash knows exactly what this is. Like he doesn't need to see the face of the Star Fox to recognize what he's looking at.
So one of Ash's master spies is Crimson Vexing Gale, also Panyar. Doesn't speak, shows up in places he's not supposed to be able to get to. So I think Ash was alerted that like something's afoot, something weird is going on. Maybe even sort of like heard some chatter. So his tent was basically like prepared. And I think he has brought out like a small pouch, like a nondescript pouch that he sort of put over to the side. But he has, even before everybody showed up, arranged the like light furniture in his tent in a more traditional style, almost like you could set up chairs in a restaurant to be more like pews in a church. You know what I mean? So he's basically arranged things in a formal religious kind of way, at least as close as you can get to with like what little he has lying around. And like when everyone walks in, and he's of course a little taken aback by this, but he like looks at Ananika and sort of sees shrapnel wounds all over her, and he's like, I guess the blunderbuss was helpful.
It worked as intended, with a little bit extra.
Seems like a
Bus.
looks like a lot of bit extra.
Yeah. Yes, but it did the trick. So thank you.
And then he'll look down at what is the small one's name? Silver something.
Silver Whispering Wind.
Silver Whispering Wind. So Ash used to be religious. He's not religious anymore ever since the moon broke. He has distrust of magic and religion. But he is also a man of facts and data, and the fox is a fact. So it's right here. He's sort of like back on his heels, and then he's like slowly walks over to the pouch, undoes the drawstring, and then pulls out this silver dust and just like spreads it over one of his chairs, and like whoever's there can see like it's actually silver dust, like precious metal silver dust. And he sort of like does a deep like kneeling bow in front of this like tiny Panyar woman and says, please, priestess, be seated. I'm sure you are tired after your long journey.
She closes up the satchel, and sits, and I think so. Have you gathered the other Panyar in your tent as well?
I think Crimson Vex and Gale has, like, without being ordered to, gone to gather other people.
Okay, all right. So let's say that like everyone else is kind of slipping into the tent at the same time.
Yeah.
That this is kind of happening. And she says, we have proof that the goddess is alive, but this will make us targets. I fear the only way that the fox will be safe is if we bring her to the Horned One.
But the chosen of Nyx was broken. Who is to say that the Horned One will not also be broken?
I think if anybody knows, it is our last living god.
And Ash sort of like looks at his feet and then looks over at Red Raging and is like, you are better with this religion stuff than I am. What do you think?
We have to do. I will do what has to be done. This is a sign. A heroic deed is needed, and I'm in need of a heroic deed to do. This is going to be. We'll do this. We have to.
I'll look over at Azure then. You have always been more or less the sensible one. I've heard some things, but in general, what say you?
I think, is the fox inside? I think we had a look at it. Azure is taking notes. But also is crying, like not like
weeping.
No. In fact, the opposite. Like it's like a physical reaction, and she is crying and is kind of like maybe even annoyed by this aspect. She like doesn't understand, but she's trying to like see through her tears at this thing, which is like breaking all like idea of science in her head. And she says, this is beyond anything that I've ever seen, and I think it needs to be reunited with the closest thing that it is, and at the moment it is our only remaining god. I think it needs to go to the Horned One as well.
So Ash says, Greymane is the commander, but he understands that this is Panyar business. And so I am confident that he will agree with our decision. I will throw my lot in with this as well. If there is any chance that the goddess is still alive, then we must pursue that at all costs.
The goddess is still alive.
This is what the priestess says.
Mm-hmm. It would not be possible. A star fox cannot be born without the goddess. Nyx is alive. The Star Fox is proof that Nyx is alive. The Cinder King has tried to erase this proof by burning our entire forest. We can't let this stand. And she, like, this is for Ananika, more words than she has said this entire trip.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
Like it's been a day and some, with her very sullenly riding, following directions, but otherwise very curt.
Yeah.
And when she is speaking, she's whispering to Sapphire, right? She's certainly never been assertive.
Right. So yeah, Anika will say to Ash after what Silver says, and will go, I saw these people out in this mission, and they were willing to do so much for this little fox. I do not know, I understand what it is and what it means to you, but a god is a god. Let's give it back to where it belongs. It needs protection, obviously.
So Ash will say to the priestess then, as you know, even when a forest burns, eventually it grows back. And I hope and he like pauses for a second. He says, I think now I might pray that the same can be said of a goddess.
The moon may be broken, but Nyx's divinity is undying. We will protect what she has given us, and we will win.
Very
we
well.
will defeat the Cinder King.
Very well. So be it. The fox must be taken to the Horn One.
And Red Raging is going to take it? Or is that what I was getting there?
We didn't really work out the logistics, but yeah.
I mean, you are still a military company.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
Greyman's
I
going
mean-
to be like, all right, whatever, do your Prenya shit. We got to move on.
Well, but it could be like we can contract with someone to help, or I don't know, is the Horned One on our way?
I think the Horn One is north, which is where we had to go. So we could maybe...
I mean, don't forget, you can also talk to Zora.
Yeah. Well,
Right. I mean, Zora is also, like, she's a chosen of the living god, which is not quite the same as the Horned One being a god or Nyx being a god, but, you know. So you have other resources.
yeah.
I mean, if anyone can get it to the Horn One, right? Like the Chosen seem to know where the others are, or at least have an idea of where the others are.
Yeah, they definitely have some means of communicating.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, you know that because Zora gave you the mission directly.
Oh, right. We definitely should take this. Yes, Ash is just like, "Ugh, I'm an idiot. We definitely should take this to Zora. Like, how did she even know that a random Bartan Corporal mattered?
Right,
Oh, that
of
makes
course.
sense.
So, but then why didn't she tell us about the fox thing? Like,
Cause Zora.
I can't disagree with that, but
Doesn't mean
Kind
that
of-
she knew.
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
But
you could ask her. You
Yeah.
probably won't get a straight answer, but it doesn't mean that she necessarily knew.
right. I mean, it could have been the Horn One may have known and been like,
Yeah,
hey, Zora,
yeah,
this is very
this
important.
is
But
very
we can find out.
Also, I could see Zora like not disclosing all the information she had in an effort to like,
You
sort
must
of-
earn the blah, 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 blah,
well, yeah,
blah.
or just like manipulate, like, maybe it's the kind of thing where if you know it's like incredibly important and dire, you're like more likely to fuck it up, kind of a thing.
You could go ask Zora right this moment.
Let's do it.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Ash is like, right. He's like, I'm an idiot. Okay, we're gonna go find Zora. Which it shouldn't be that hard to find her because it's people screaming and yelling. Oh God! Oh God!
Are you bringing the priestess with you? Are you bringing Whispering? Or,
I
sorry,
don't
Civil
know
Whispering?
that until this is resolved. Ash is letting the priestess and the fox out of his sight.
Because the alternative would be maybe leave Sapphire here in your tent with her.
No. Let's take this to Zora.
Okay.
Oh, so we're walking now.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
does
I get
she
up.
she doesn't like she'll go willingly, right? She's not gonna try and like run away and get to the
We're
Horn.
taking you to our chosen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Although first, Ash like holsters yet another pistol.
Silver nods. Let's go. I will speak to her.
All right. I think as soon as we step outside, basically, like Antoinette shows up, one of his master spies, and sort of just nods in a direction in camp, and Ash knows that's where Zora is. Assuming that anybody knows where Zora is right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zora is not. So okay, so fair enough. Zora is not currently subjecting anybody to torturous training, but she is just actually in her tent.
Okay, and then on the way, I think Ash is gonna just like snap fingers at like random soldiers and rookies and be like, "Go get the commander. Go get them." Basically, begin assembling the command staff.
Are you going to dismiss Ananika for the medical tent?
Doctor, I don't feel so good.
I think, as you're seeing Ananika stumble out of the tents, we'll move over and kind of guide her away. And while Azure is very interested to know what's going on with this funky fox, she feels a greater need to.
Could perhaps you
help.
just give me something for now, and then we watch this fox stuff?
Sure, it's not going to feel good later, but yeah.
I don't feel good now.
Oh, you're going to feel much worse later.
Okay.
And then a syringe goes in your arm, and you feel like you're ready to go.
All right, let's look at this fox more. Wait, I'm turning it to Leonin. Sorry. Oops.
Okay, so you find Zora. I guess you kind of like knock at her tent flap. I don't actually know what the protocol is for that, but anyway, she
probably has someone stationed outside her tent.
That's probably true,
and it's awful duty.
Yeah, things get thrown at you randomly.
Catch us.
And anyway, as you approach, she calls out, "Come in."
And probably the bravest thing Ash has ever done. He steps right on in.
And I think Red Raging tries to stay like in the doorway. Like she's pretty not into like a challenge of this authority, but she's trying to like ride with Ash. So she's there, but she's trying to melt into the background as much as possible.
Has somebody gone and fetched Gray? Is Greymane here?
Up to Rudy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Rudy. I mean, we can.
You see a bunch of Panyar walking with purpose through the campgrounds. He's going to be like, what's going on over here? So he's going to walk over towards Zora.
Right, with a stranger.
With strangers who's clutching a satchel, yeah.
And I will say, Corporal Kadashi, not yet oath sworn to the Legion, will follow as well. So this is actually quite an audience kind of gathering inside the tent and then listening, I think, around the tent as well. Not able to see what's going on inside, but, listening to the exchange, which would normally be a pretty big breach of protocol. But I think given the occasion and given the rumor that's spreading at least through the Panyar Legionnaires, like, I don't think anybody is pushing back on this. And when you step in, Zora is seated at a small desk. She is kind of casually picking her fingernails with a Zemyati blade, and she is just simply going over maps and reports, and looks like probably the same thing that Greymane was doing when he was interrupted, and sort of as people are filing in, sort of by proximity and by rank, without really even looking up, she is like, "So I take it the mission was successful, yes?"
So Ash's interactions with Zora are probably typically like cool. Like she's a necessary evil, not like literally evil, but he doesn't love having her around. He doesn't care for this religion stuff.
Sure.
But I think now that there is the prospect of potentially like Nyx is still alive, he will basically like lean into the like proper respectful protocols, right? So like in an uncharacteristic way for him, he'd be like, your grace, pardon the intrusion, but yes, the primary mission was successful, and this priestess here is in possession of a star fox. I think you know what that means.
So when she hears your voice, she actually looks up, because that is not the voice she was necessarily expecting, even with all her power. And she looks at you, and then looks, over at Silver Whispering, and she kind of leans back in her chair and says, I confess, I do not fully understand it myself. As you can imagine, this possibility is incredibly important, and I apologize for misleading on the importance of this mission, but success was perhaps more important, and discretion was more important than anything we could have imagined. I would have marched the entire legion and sacrificed every single one of you.
I knock a table over.
Even you, Grayman.
I just glare. I'm furious.
Ash says, I confess I would have done the exact same thing. And I would have held my cards equally close to my chest.
Oh, Claire turns on you.
And he's just like, yeah, but you know me.
This is no way to run this outfit.
That's why I don't run it.
So she says, so it is true, though, the Star Fox.
And he'll look over the priestess and be like, just reverently, sort of like, would you please show her?
Yeah, I want to look too. I say, can someone tell me what the hell a space fox is?
And then, like, as that's happening, Ash is just like, and the priestess says that it must be taken to the horned one, but I suspect you already knew that.
I did. It certainly cannot stay here. I appreciate the importance. I appreciate the sacrifice. But this will be a poorly kept secret here. And if we are to be successful, this will, as you say, kick the proverbial hornet's nest. Neither Breaker nor Render nor even Blighter can afford this type of failure in front of the Cinder King. The Cinder King will destroy them. The Cinder King may come himself to deal with this. This may pull him. I do not know what will happen next, but I do know that as long as we are associated with this, we will be the single most important target for all of them. Our lives will be much worse. And our job now is to ensure that Nyx is reborn in time for our next push, right? Our final battle, our true test. Our mission does not change. It just becomes harder. But you are right. We must get the Star Fox to the Horned One. The Horned One is the only one who understands what must be done. Perhaps the only creature, the only god who can use it for whatever it must be done. Certainly, I don't understand, frankly.
So when Zora says reborn, Asher like exhales, almost like he was holding his breath this entire time. And then, I mean, he's super on board with this, right? Just nodding. Yes. I will murder all of you to do this. He does not say out loud.
I think this presents, and she turns to Greymane, perhaps the most important decision of the Corps Undying's entire existence. For you, Greymane, do you march the Legion to protect and stay one step ahead? Or do you hide the Star Fox? Send a small group up to find the Horned One on their own and stay here longer, perhaps endure more battles, knowing that they are gaining time every single day that you hold off.
I had plans for East Lake and staying here and spending time. I look at Red Raging, who I know is yearning to earn her third name.
What better task would be?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
third
saying
name?
I don't understand this stuff, and I know I trust you on these missions. Obviously, we've been sending you to lead several of them. Could this be a small thing, or do you want all of us to go on this? What do you think would be safer?
You're posing this to Red Raging?
I am. I'm not a Panyar. And you know what? I see a little of you in me in the future. I see a possible future commander.
I've never imagined myself as someone who would be in charge of other people. I've envisioned myself as someone who just gets the job done, and hopefully I can protect my comrades in the course of that. And until this moment, I felt that my real sacred purpose was to, serve in the Corps Undying and, and earn my third name that way. But now this is more important than anything. So I don't, this is something I have to do, and I don't know that I would come back from it. And if I did, I don't know that I would, even want to be a commander, though I'm flattered. Thank you.
I mean, I didn't say that out loud. I that was my motivation for asking you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think you said it out loud. I think everybody heard it. I think old Greymane slipped up.
I don't want this to become the problem of the Corps Undying. I know that you have an important battle to fight as well. And it's like, just, probably you noticed that Red Raging has gone from saying we to saying you, and talking about the Corps, because now she's a switch has flipped, and now she's completely single-mindedly thinking about the Star Fox. So I don't know how to advise you beyond that, but this, this is something that I have to do.
Okay. I look at all the Panyar now. Ash, Red Raging, they're all saying this is the most important thing possible. I don't know. Rudy has to think on what he would respond. This is. I don't know what I would say.
I will point out, time is of the essence.
Yeah.
This is not meant to be a long thought decision, Rudy.
I mean, if we were going to stay in East Lake anyway to gather siege weapons,
yes, to
another alchemist,
and stuff like that.
Well, so you'll still get a campaign phase here.
Yeah, one campaign phase. Right?
One campaign phase at least, right? Because that's stuff that's been happening while these missions were going on. So you potentially could pack up in a day and go, right? And get the full campaign phase. But yeah, I mean, obviously that is the choice.
Yeah, all right. We'll march to find the Horned One and give him the Space Fox, and then
the Space Fox, I like it,
or whatever it's called.
Star Fox. Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. And then we'll march east to Dagger Keep, or whatever our instructions are, because apparently we don't get the whole story when we're asked to do things. And I look at Zora.
she has been very earnest for Zora, possibly for anybody. And when you say that, like the veneer of humanity is gone. And it's back to the same steely gaze and the same sort of like beautiful but deadly kind of like hardness to her eyes as she looks at you and says, Greymane, I told you, you have a purpose. You are a tool. You are an instrument. And now you understand how important that purpose was. But do not be confused. You are still an instrument.
Great.
The piano does not ask why the piano player plucks its keys.
All right. Well, this piano isn't like the other pianos, okay? This piano has dreams of being a piano player too, and wants to be aware of what's happening.
Oh, would you like to be chosen? Would you
Would
like to be chosen?
Would I?
Is that what you ask?
I don't know. Would that be fun?
Do you think it is fun?
Seems pretty
to live
good.
for thousands of years? Do you think it is fun to see everyone you know die? Everyone you trust die? Everything you are destroyed?
We're at an impasse, obviously. For now, we'll head north and find Bighorn, or Horned One, and give him the Space Fox.
Space Fox and Bighorn. Tune in next week.
I love how
Space
Greymane,
Fox and Bighorn.
when like confronted with real costs, becomes a petulant child.
Agreed.
I'm thinking of the core. I'm thinking of the core.
I mean, yeah, I don't.
Sucks.
Zora's not an inspirational leader.
No.
All
right.
Okay.
So, cool. Dismissed, I say.
and she just nods her head, doesn't say anything. You're allowed to dismiss yourself. And I think when you guys step out of the tent after this kind of awkward sort of fraught finality of this exchange, like everyone who is listening in sort of like suddenly like stands up and looks in the other direction and gets busy, like the whole Legion wasn't standing outside, you know?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like, you know, everyone has six jobs to get done because you need to pack up and start moving much sooner than anybody anticipated.
It's like we're gonna fortify the city and fine. We got your weird thing. Fine.
You could have just sent some special. I mean, you know.
What? No.
You could have just sent a mission team. It's all right. You made a good choice, Rudy. You made a great choice.
You nailed
it.
it.
Good choice.
Greymane perhaps has erred a bit.
It was a perfect choice.
You
Rudy.
got peer pressured by a bunch of pawniers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're hard to stand up to.
All right. Are we done?
Yes.
I hate Zora. Go away.
Good. You should hate her. She's great to drink with, but you should hate her. Especially you.
I think we're done though, right? Will that close out the session then? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And we'll pick up campaign phase.
Yeah.
You know, we'll figure out what you did before you got moving at the beginning of next session.
Mm-hmm. And then we will move out and we'll do some more missions and it'll be great. My name is Rudy Basso. I'm on Twitter at Rudy Basso. Go to don'tsplitthepodcastnetwork.com for lots of great podcasts. I-Hsien, hi.
Hey, I-Hsien here.
Hey.
At Evil Sense Carne on Twitter. TotalPartyThrill.com. At TPTcast on Twitter.
Every
Go
Thursday.
listen.
Every Thursday. Sally, hello.
Hi. I'm on Twitter at Sally T. Listen to the podcast I co-host, The Struggle Bus, every other Thursday.
Amber, good evening.
Hi. You can find me on Twitter at Rocket Orca, and my podcast Shapeshift that I-Hsien comes out every other Thursday. So next Thursday, which is I'm wrapping up my campaign. Also on Tales from Moxbury, we stream on the Don't Split the Podcast Network Twitch channel, which you're watching right now, every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. And also, I'll be at a Catacon this weekend, so if you see me, you should say hi if you're going.
Nice. Shane, are you also at a Catacon?
I am at a Catacon, so I will see Amber and say hi.
Yeah,
Oh.
in person.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do I get other plugs?
Yeah.
or
Plug
not
away.
anymore?
No.
Am I being punished?
No.
You can find me on Twitter at Mundangerous and on Total Party Thrill. I don't have anything more exciting than that.
And I know we're a ways away. We're a month away, but a lot of us are going to be at PAX Unplugged, too. Just while
Yes.
we're talking cons.
Not me.
Not all of us except Amber, in fact.
That's right. You know what?
Another time.
Amber and I will take a selfie
There you
at
go.
a Catacon.
Yeah.
And then we'll...
The rest of us will take a selfie at PAX, and we'll use magic to splice them together.
There you
we'll do
go.
it. Yeah. Cool. All right. Great. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We will be back next week. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.